Good evening, everybody. Looks like it's just me tonight. Not sure what's keeping the rest of them, but I make a commitment to you to be here, and that's exactly what I do. Every Sunday, about this time, we're going to start doing this, and we're going to have some fun. I've got a big announcement coming. Sorry, let me just. So, I've got a big announcement coming for the channel. I've got a way for the subscribers to kind of help us out and bring something new. Let me move all this. Since it's just me, we can talk one-on-one. Can you guys hear me all right? Is everything working okay? Do I need to move this computer further away or what? So yeah, we're going to talk about Black Friday. And disappointed at the deals for Black Friday. This whole week has been a huge disappointment. Dale, nice to see you. Jonathan, great to have you here. D-Mac, always a pleasure. It's great to have you guys. So, yeah, I tried to do a live stream in Menards the other day, and their Wi-Fi absolutely sucked. And, it just wasn't good. But the deals were kind of that way too. Some good deals, but nothing for tools. And wherever I went, it was kind of that same thing. Denny, why don't you hop on, Den? It was kind of that same thing all over. It's just, kind of nothing going on. And unfortunately, it looks like it'll be that way for the vast majority of this holiday season. Now, I know they were expecting fewer than normal or less than normal buying for Christmas for the fourth quarter. D-Train's okay, be right back. I know they were expecting less than normal sales for the fourth quarter, but that's Denny. If you go into the Instagram live chat, you can sign on through there, and we can bring you in live through StreamYard. So no worries, man. But yeah, now the weird thing is spending is up this year. I think somebody said it was like 25% up. So yeah, it's kind of weird. I'm hoping that it changes, and I'm hoping that we get better deals as time goes on. But as of right now, I'm not seeing anything out there to really write home about. At least nothing that I have to rush out to buy. I actually think the best deals altogether came from Direct Tools Factory Outlet. They've been doing 20 and 25% off some of their tools. I know Danny, who is a subscriber to me, he's talked about Daniel Gomez. He's talked about it. He's gone out to get some. He lives a lot closer to Direct Tools than I do, but he goes out there. Seems like every day. I think my closest DTFO is about 3.5 hours away. This is as low as prices are going to get. Thanks, Brandon. Shaka Gillis is here. Always a pleasure to have Shaka. Let me just highlight him because he's kind of a celebrity in this world. Pedram said he's going to be here in a little bit. If you guys don't know Pedram, that's P to the rum, or as I like to call him, pedo. But he's going to be here in a few minutes. He just sent word. But yeah, what are you guys saying? What are you seeing out there? Are there any? Where is Brandon? Is that Lesko, Brandon? What are you guys seeing out there? Are there any deals that have absolutely blown your socks off? I mean, even like I'm a rigid guy, I admit it. I enjoy rigid, and even their stuff, like outside of maybe the tire inflator, which $30. Good evening, Jamie. $30 was a great deal, I thought, for the tire inflator. And I guess there's been one or two other deals, but nothing that said I have to go out and get it. DMAC is saying Fasteners Inc. I've never been into a Fasteners Inc., so I don't really know what they have or what they have to offer. I know some of the guys in Deal Team 6, so Eugene and Tool Nerd and all those guys. They're there and they are ready. Sorry, Ed the old guy sent me a message. Or Pedram sent the message. Ed, just scroll up in the chat and you'll see it, and you can just hit the link there. Unfortunately, I am not used to having the host duties. So, lack of battery kits for the BOGO. That's absolutely correct. Let me, boom. Yeah, the lack of battery kits for the BOGOs, it's amazing. I think Metabo has one, Craftsman has one, but none of them really blow you away. I do get a kick out of some of what's going on. As far as, shoot, now I lost your. As far as the deals going out, like I mean, it's a sad day when you see me put a Makita deal out there and say it's the best deal going at Home Depot, because you guys know how I feel about Makita. Handles are made for those of us with I don't know, large appendages might not enjoy the Makita brand as much as other people say. I'm with you, Shaka. No Makita for me. I'm good without Makita. Now but yeah, it's like Jonathan saying, you have to go out and get them while you can or when you can, because the deals. Thanks for the warning, Pedram. But the deals are like your best bet is to just get those pop-up deals as they come up in your store. If you see them, if you're paying attention to guys like Joe the Tool Guy or Suburban Beard or Tool 147, Toolhead 147, Tool Nerd, any of those guys like Warmonger, they're going to give you your best chance at getting great deals this holiday season. And by best chance, I mean like they're in the stores, they're scanning online, or they're doing the online thing, and they're really, really after it all day, every day. And a lot of them, that's how they make their money, as resellers. So they're getting deals and they're turning those deals into profit. I just got notification that I'm on live from YouTube. So thanks, YouTube. I know. Ooh, CPO. That is one that I wish more channels would talk about, because they have had some decent deals here this month. Yes, Jeff Offstruff is also out there sniffing out the deals. I know there's a bunch of channels that are in that they're looking for the deals, but some of these guys are simply, that's all they do, and they're the ones that will notify you, hey, this deal is coming on, get on it. I know every time Joe the Tool Guy has a great deal or a hot deal, he puts like flames, 3 flames, 2 flames up, just depending. Denny, if you can't come on, it's no big deal. If you're working, bud, do what you do, man. Pedram, you wouldn't have to worry about spelling. You could just talk to them. That's the great thing about verbal communication. People can't tell how badly you spell if you just say the words. This has been the worst holiday. Yeah, I'm totally in agreement. Yep. Direct Tools has been very consistent with Rigid and the Ryobi, but I hate the person. Yeah, well, sorry, I'm trying to move my laptop further away, but here recently we've had to do some additions, and I brought metal into my garage, and the metal does absorb the signal. So apologize to you guys for that. This is why I am setting up a different room to keep my laptop in while we do these live streams. So or to be in while we're doing the live stream, so I can get a bit more consistent, because even with the mesh network, as far away from it as I am, I'm at the very outskirts of it, but it's as close as I can get it. So yeah, the stream is kind of choppy or glitchy or whatever. I need a foil hat. I might have one around here somewhere. I do have some huge announcements coming for the channel, but before anybody jumps on, I want to tell you all what we're going to be doing this month here is, for every dollar that you all contribute to the channel through super chats or whatever, I am going to match it dollar for dollar to the week of Christmas, and then donate all of the money to Toys for Tots, so we can bring some maybe holiday greetings or cheer to some underprivileged kids and really brighten up their Christmas. Because if there's any one day of the year where a kid should feel special, it's on the holiest day of the year, the day that we got the greatest gift ever in our Lord and Savior. Now, if you don't believe, you don't believe. It's what I believe, and it's my channel right now. So that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to donate to to Toys for Tots. We're going to be giving back to the community that best we can, and we're just trying to do our best. Now, if you guys, I don't know if this is actually true or not, but I've heard other YouTubers say it. If you hit the like button and you share this video out with people, it does improve the stream quality. It helps YouTube give us more space. So if you all could do that for me, just to help get the word out, I'd love to make this as big as possible. I'd love to give away as much as possible to folks. Jesus. Pedram, maybe don't come on. The gay jokes I'm done with. I'm sick of hearing them. But yeah, we want to do things. We want to give back. You know, with success comes the responsibility, and the responsibility to share that success with as many people as possible, to give to as many people as possible. And sorry. And help them out in any way we can. Sorry, these guys, they're telling me they can't find the link. So I have to go to Instagram. I got to copy the link. I got to send it to them again, because, you know, boom, hit send. Come over here, and I'll even go to his own personal one and send it to him. It's Ed, the old guy, folks. Old guy. See, as soon as you hit old, his name comes right up. So boom, boom. Now he has no excuses. I've sent it to him in every which way. Oh my God. I did something new and I want to add it. Ed, the old guy. How you doing tonight, buddy?
Hey everybody, it's Ed the old tech guy. If you're gonna use my name, use it right. It's Ed the old tech guy. How could you not miss how can you miss the whole tech thing? That's the important part.
Because I'm focusing on what the true part of your name is. It's just the old guy.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. You can call me old. I'm cool with that.
I'm going to call you old. I'm going to call you short.
Sure. Just remember, us short people, you know, that's how evolution kept going. We keep getting smaller, man. It's smart to be smaller. Just think about that. All big animals, they got bigger problems.
Oh, we smaller sure animals,
do. Smaller animals
sure
got
do.
Smaller problems.
Yeah, we have big problems over here.
That's right. Well, you got Pedram. What happened to Pedram? He can't make it.
I don't know.
Oh.
I can't tell you what's going on with that guy.
Oh.
He was building a shelf earlier, a simple shelf, and it's taken him like 9 hours, and he's still not done yet.
Shelf?
A shelf. I can build like an entire bedroom suite in that. Not true, but
what's he what kind of shelf is he building? I mean, for
MDF, just a simple shelf for his kids' toys or something. It's
MDF. How can you not build a shelf with MDF?
It's all squares and rectangles. Oh my God. Should we do this? Can you see who's in the all right, we'll add him.
I can't see backstage. Only you can see backstage.
Well, how do I share it with you? I'm glad you.
I think you got me.
Yeah, he's right here. What's happening, bro?
What's going on, Ed?
Do you actually know how to? Well, hold on a second. What are you doing right now? Why don't we see like your nose hairs?
Maybe my camera's off a little bit on
here. There should be a rule that people shave before a live stream. I mean, we gotta do like these.
This is my COVID hair.
Wait a minute. Not one of us has a clean shaven face.
No, I know. I agree. We gotta start being like these. That's the problem. See, these young ladies.
I'm not trying to hide it with the hat.
These young ladies, they make these videos, right, with the makeup and everything, and they're all cute, so they get like 1,000 views, right? But us, we come in here all scruffy. We just gonna talk about some tools. That's what we just gonna talk about. And
I am actually glad you're on, because you and I started a debate this morning.
Oh dear God!
And I think the people would be interested in the debate.
Your people.
But before we get into it, yeah, your people too. Both of them.
My people too. All right, my people.
Dale, people? Yeah, Dale, the priest from Poltergeist.
Is Dale on here? Dale, what's happening? He's not on
here. No. As a matter of fact, if he were here, I'd be calling an exorcist. I don't know who is this.
Somebody else here?
I guess. I don't know.
You can't just let anybody join. You better drop it.
Yeah, I saw Phil.
Poltergeist.
Phil? Well, I only shared it in one place.
Oh.
So I saw Phil, or as he will become come to be known now, Phyllis from Philly Fixed, was in the chats, and she was a little busy tonight. Helped somebody move, broke a nail or something. Now he'll be out on disability for the next 6 weeks.
Okay. Well, if you want to bring our debate online here, you can, I guess. I mean, that was kind of like a backstage thing, but if you want to talk about it, it absolutely is. We're talking about how to make sausage in the sausage factory. You don't want to talk about how you make the sausages in the sausage factory. You just want to sell the sausages. That's all you want to do.
No, that's all you want to do. This is part of my life. I share my life with the people that subscribe to my channel. I want them to know, like, kind of what's going on, how I feel about things. I'm as open as I can be. I talk to people about it. I share. I'm a sharer. Just because you hide from your subscribers and you don't like to admit stuff, That's on
that
you,
is a
pal.
horrible thing to imply there. I'm not going to tell my subscribers everything. I'm not going to put my address out there. I'm not going to put like my family business out there. You know what I mean? But as far as how I run my channel and stuff, I think everybody that you got a few people here that watch it. BW's Electronic. I'll bet you he could tell you himself how I run my channel.
Who?
BW's Electronic. You don't even know who BW's Electronic is?
No, I saw him.
Oh, look it's Man Caver
Oh
Tools.
my
What's
God,
happening, bro? Did you change your pants today?
Hey, Dave, why don't you jump on for a few minutes? We'll talk.
Man Caver's not going to know that we made a meme about him the other day, so he has no clue why we're asking him if he changed his pants.
You got Dale on there.
We got who?
Dale Bishop.
I don't know who that is.
That's
Dale Bishop is the guy that does all my intro and outro videos.
He does all of
really?
Roberto's hard work.
Look at this, Man Caver with a $4 super chat thing, super sticker.
There you go.
I don't know the difference in them.
Very nice.
I'm very new to this whole thing, but I appreciate it. Thank you, Dave.
You should be giving him Hilti tools.
Well, if somebody's going to donate some Hilti tools, I will gladly take them.
I think they had the the Hilti angle grinder for what, like $40?
That's not bad.
But I know if somebody sent you some Makita tools, you wouldn't take them. You just give them to me because you don't like Makita.
No, I'd actually throw them right where they belong.
Yeah,
I got two
just give them to me.
50-gallon trash cans right outside the door here. I'd chuck them in there where they belong. Because Makita's only, well, actually, you know what? I take that back. I would not do that. I respect Makita tools. My wife loves them because she's the only one that needs to use them because her hands are small enough to hold those little things.
So you're saying Makita's for women?
That's what he's saying. That's what
I heard.
Everybody seems to have this defect.
Well, both of you use them.
He's implying
both of you use Hilti, or both of you use Makita. So I rest my case.
I use Makita. I use Milwaukee. I have some Rigid. I mean, my brand to go to with the battery lineup that I'm in has been Makita, but that's because that was my first battery lineup ever, and then it has stayed with me. You know what I mean? It's been my guy.
Yep.
Look at that guy. Look at Tools with Souls. Ed, the old tech guy that shills nut wax, doesn't want to talk about sausage. I talk about nut wax, but I don't talk about sausages, dang it. Don't you get it? Nut wax. Buy it at your local Ed, the old tech guy store. That's right. Right there, nut wax. It's best for your nuts. Just make sure you use it when you need it. And you know what? If that's not good enough for you, let me do this for BW Electronics and Chaka Gillis, specifically for Chaka Gillis, because he loves to talk about it. Here you go. Here's some nice, for your nuts and bolts, ballsy soap. This is what you need. Stop talking about all this rigid stuff, bro. All you all need to go take a shower. And when you take a shower, do this so that your wife will be really impressed. You'll get the ball wash, the sack spray, the nut rub. I mean, come on, guys. How can you not do that?
You know what? If you shower every day, you don't need any of that. Maybe your problem is you just don't know how to shower. It's called soap, Ed. You don't need anything fancy. You don't need to fragrance it up. After all, you are supposed to be a man. Men don't wear perfume where I'm from, just where you're at.
See, guys, this is what happens when you retire. You shower once a day. You shower in the morning before you go to work, and when you come home from work all muddy and nasty, what, you're gonna go to sleep like that, and then you're gonna wake up and shower again? No, you shower again. That's 2 showers. That's 2 showers. And let me tell you, in between those showers, you be stanking it up, man. And God forbid you got to go to a doctor's visit. What do you got to go to a doctor's visit? What was that?
Oh, we're doing a hygiene class.
We're doing a hygiene class. That's right. And hey, and what if and listen, what if you got to go get the that cold test? Because I don't want to say the 19 thing, right? So that cold test that you got to go get. You go see the doctor and he tells you to cough. You're gonna be happy you use some of that sack spray, bro. You're gonna smell good. Everyone's gonna be happy with you.
I don't know the relationship you have with your doctor. but they give me the test through the nose. It involves nothing below the nether regions. Maybe your relationship with your doctor is a little different.
My doctor's thorough.
I mean, I've gone out to play sports with my doctor. Never once have I said, hey, can you check this out? No.
See, guys, this is how you get the ball cancer. This is how you get it, because your doctor ain't checking for it. Then all of a sudden, we're going to hear
if you're going to the doctor for that, thing, and you're having to drop your pants for him, he ain't really a doctor, pal. That ain't it. There's no HIPAA that's covering that. Your insurance company's not like he fondled you a little.
Is that why his name's Leroy on 79?
It's okay. It's fine. You're Ed, the old guy. Actually, he's probably checking you because you're so old. You're stepping on him anyway.
I saw a guy today on TikTok that was talking about, like, from a foreign country. They're talking about how some people are pooping so hard it's clogging up the sewer pipes out there because they don't have good sewer pipes. So this guy put a grinder thing in the toilet, and I was sitting there like, holy crap, bro. Some old people, not me, I'm not that far old, but some old people got these things that be hanging all the way really low. You're going to sit in that toilet, it's going to grind up. Holy crap, what are you doing? Somebody has not thought that through, and it was an Asian country guy. I was like, dude, you have not thought this through. He was talking about what a great invention he did.
That's pretty bad.
Why did you have to bring Asian into it? You could have just said a guy.
It's because the Asian pipes. It's the pipes that they have. It was an Asian country. They got bad pipes. He explained it on the tickety tax. I'm just explaining the video that I saw it.
Maybe they need to go from like 1-inch pipes to like 4-inch pipes.
And maybe they got to get to some PVC. Maybe they, you know why? You know what? I heard a comedian once say, and it's very true. Do you want to know why other countries aren't as modernized as the United States is? Because they got no Mexicans. Mexicans, we build everything. We do all the construction, man. You want a house built? You got 30 Mexicans in there building it. Come on, man.
Oh,
hey,
really?
You want to order a pizza? You go to a fancy restaurant and order something. Go back in the kitchen. Who's working that kitchen?
Well, it's funny. You go to a Mexican restaurant, you got Asian people working there. You go into an Asian restaurant, you got Mexicans working in the back. So it goes both ways.
I'm just saying, if Mexicans build everything so great, why don't they build their own economy?
Well, they have.
Yeah, in the United States, we appreciate it.
Wait a minute. Hold on. You do not. You are.
You wanted to do that. You wanted to say that. You wanted to espouse. You know, Mexicans. I have no problem with Mexicans. I love them all. I love all people. But you're the one that's going. Yeah, they build anything. Okay.
Yes.
Build your own economy.
Well, wait. You won't let me finish the sentence. For crying out loud! Are you going to tell me that the Mexican economy, Mexico, is not a good economy?
It might be corrupt.
It's very corrupt. It's very publicly corrupt, which is one of the problems. But Mexico has a great economy. It's one of the richest of the Latin countries, isn't it? Is it not?
I know Americans go and retire there.
It's one of the richest of the Latin countries.
I've seen books written that you can live there for $28 a day or a year or something.
Sure. It depends where you go. You also have some parts in Mexico that are as expensive as some of the very expensive states here in the United States. Go try to live in the city of Mexico. You'll be like, holy crap, this is expensive. So the problem with Mexico's issues is not how rich or poor it is. It's actually been that the corruption level there and it is so high and it's so public, which we will get here. And every day we seem to get closer here every day to that. I've been saying for a long time, one of these days we're going to wake up and the corruption is going to be just like Mexico, where you had a president and the day he stopped being president, he walked out taking all the art, all the expensive stuff from what you would call their White House, walking out with it saying mine. And everybody knew it happened, and they're writing it in the papers. And what are you going to do about it? Nobody can do nothing. It's he's the president. He did what he did.
Yeah.
No, all politics, all countries, anywhere there's money, there's corruption. You're not gonna beat that.
Well,
yeah, it's pretty bad.
That's great and all. I don't know what this has to do with tools or Black Friday or any of that.
It went from hygiene.
Oh, wait.
Yes.
Ed's going to share his genius with us. So if we've all got 3 seconds of silence, he can tell us everything he knows. Yep, that's what I thought.
That's about it. That's about it.
Yep. I had a feeling this was coming.
Haters gonna hate. I mean, what do you want? What are you gonna do? Haters gonna hate. I mean, this is coming from the guy that thinks that rigid is the best the battery tool everywhere, and I won't hear anything. He won't hear anything else but rigid.
It's not true. What do I say?
Weird. So,
I say value.
You get quality tools, and they give you a lifetime warranty, and then you get shitty tools, and they give you a lifetime warranty. So you can't justify a warranty as the quality of a tool, right? Because you can buy Mac, Snap-on, all these other guys, they have a lifetime warranty on all their tools, but then you go on Craftsman, they got a lifetime warranty, and you're at the bottom of the barrel, but you're not like Harbor Freight, but still give you the warranty.
Hey, Philly, I agree with you, man. Amish stuff is built, man. It is heavy, old school. It's like it was built in the old days, man. That is some quality stuff. Absolutely.
If you guys notice, I have not once in any of my videos talked about the lifetime service agreement with Rigid. I always talk about the value. The value.
You want to bring that up? Yeah, that's
price, power, performance. That's what I value. Or that's what I classify as value, is price, power, performance. You guys just get stuck on one thing because you think that's the one area that you have an advantage. And unfortunately for all you, sorry, that was an accident.
You see how he did that? You see how he did that?
Unfortunately for you guys, it's not what I say. It's what you want to say. It's what you want to defend, because your position is fairly weak. When we talk about value, you don't talk about Makita. You don't talk about Milwaukee. You don't talk about DeWalt. You might talk about Cobalt. You might talk about Metabo here lately, because their deals for the fourth quarter have been phenomenal. And you talk about Rigid value. Now, if we want to talk about professional grade tools, okay, we can do that. I'm all for it. What I'm not for is the mischaracterization of what I say by Ed, the old guy, because he's half deaf and he doesn't want to hear the rest of what is said.
Oh, I'm going by our
two, who's older?
I think actually he's older. He's retired. I'm not that old.
So when he says old, he should be calling you a young man, if anything.
How old are you?
I'm somewhere near half a century old, but I'm not going to be exact because I don't want my stalkers to find me.
I was born in 1974. So however old that is,
that's pretty close in age then. We're pretty close in age. So I can't be. So now I don't feel bad. I didn't want to disrespect my elders. So now I can.
1874, is that what you said?
Sure, Pedro.
Mummy time.
The further away from you I get, the better I like it. So
dear God.
I'm pretty sure my older brother was born in the 70s, and there's no way you're going to be considered my older brother's age.
Okay. Whatever you need to say. You could try saying something intelligent. It'll take you. It may be the first time you ever do it, but give it a shot. I'd rather talk about tools. I don't know about you guys. I don't know why we're getting on this. I'd rather talk about tools.
Because you're coming at my age, you keep calling me the old guy.
Well, it's in your name, right?
Ed,
we are talking about a tool.
Oh, so you're just upset that I missed tech? Just like
I'm not upset at all.
Argument?
See, that's the thing, is you only hear what you want to hear. I'm not upset at all. I'm explaining to you how we got to this conversation because you asked how did we get here. I'm explaining to you. You don't want to hear it. So you need to either want to know your answer to your question, or you just want to hear what you want to hear. Do you want me to just tell you what you want to hear? Rigid is the best. Rigid is
What'd
the
you
best.
say?
Rigid is the best. Rigid is the
You're
best.
Buttering them
Rigid
up.
is the best. Rigid
What?
is the best. That if that's all we're gonna say here, then yeah,
actually,
okay.
I want to hear Ryobi is trash and Makita is for chicks. This is my brother, by the way. He's 10 months older than I am, and I call him old all the time.
Thorish, I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry.
You should have lived with him and my sister. You guys would feel sorry. I'm going to be working with Beard on doing my life story, sort of. And one of the things that we're going to talk about, one is how I got to Tools with Souls, but my childhood and what was going on. So, yeah, I mean that's that is something that we're going to talk about. In the future, that's a video that we're going to collaborate on, and I'm hoping that he does his story as well.
D-Tran wants more Mountain Dew.
DJ, I think I think you would shower with that Mountain Dew there, buddy.
He wants the 2 liter.
Mountain Dew.
I don't think Ed the tech guy. How's that? Ed the tech guy.
You can just say Ed if you want.
Yeah, but if I say Ed, it's going to be with Richard in front of it. What's another name for Richard? Don't.
I know what it is. No, okay. I'm not thinking. I'm just wondering why you would call me that.
You're not thinking you're a Makita user.
Why would you call me that? I'm not disrespecting you.
I didn't disrespect you. I called you Ed.
You just said that you would use Richard in front of my name.
Yes.
That's disrespect.
No.
Absolutely it is.
That's a lovely nickname.
Oh.
Let's ask in the comment section. Is Richard Ed a good nickname for Ed the old tech guy?
No, you're not going to give me.
Call you Bob.
Look, Eric's already chimed in.
That's not cool, bro. That's not cool. See, I'm nice.
No.
I'm
not you. the
Look at this. Guy. Look at this. Phil is trying to get back in the good graces right here.
Tell him he needs to put that baby down and get on the
he says Ryobi is trash. Rigid is the fuel to burn it. Look, I have no issue with Rigid. I'm not going to say it's the best value either. I'm not going to say it's the worst value either. The value is dependent highly on what you're going to do with the tool. There's some guys that'll tell you right now and tell you all day long that to them Bauer is the best value because Bauer fits their needs. It's not going to be the best tool, but they're going to tell you all day long that it's going to fit their needs because they don't mind paying $25 for a drill. Okay.
I once watched the Den of Tools and I heard them say that same thing. And I cannot tell you how long it took me to stop laughing. But it was a while. Bauer is great for a disposable tool. That's right. That's what Ryobi.
Well, that's what I'm trying to say. For some people, they're going to tell you that is the best tool for me because I probably use it once a year.
Jonathan, I am not going to highlight your comment to my brother.
Well, your brother told me not to call you Bob because he said he'll get start a fight with you.
Tool guys like today is asking me what battery line do I think is a good value. Look. I said no. See, the problem is that I like Makita, but a lot of people will sit there and say, "Oh, it's not a great value because they never have sales." That's the biggest complaint. Even though we just had Rob make a video, he either has to admit that they had a great value, or he's just been hating on them for no reason this whole time. Obviously, they have sales. Obviously, they have value, but I am not saying that Makita has the best value, and neither does Milwaukee, and neither does DeWalt. If you want to go to a battery line that's at the value level, you have to look at Craftsman, you have to look at Cobalt, you have to look at Rigid. You got to see which ones fit your bill.
It's cute that you said that in my comments section that I have to admit that it's good value. And what did I say? I didn't say it was good value. I just said that the rest of the deals were so bad that in comparison, it made the Makita deal look good. That is not in any way saying that I would support people buying Makita.
Why did you make a video on it then? You should have said, "Don't buy this trash." That should have been your video.
Listen? Look,
I watched the video.
Look, you got to take the peanut butter out of your ears. Maybe use a Q-tip in there every once in a while. I just explained it to you. In comparison, the other deals were so bad that the Makita deal looked good.
And there's a reason.
Not
for that,
a great it's not a great set.
Yes,
it's great for my wife. It's great for a beginner.
That's your opinion, though.
Let me put this in another perspective. If you bought one of every brand of your tool, if you bought the rigid tool, a rigid hammer drill, and a Makita hammer drill, and put them both on eBay on an auction, who do you think is going to sell for the higher bid?
Milwaukee
and DeWalt.
Between Makita and rigid.
Milwaukee and DeWalt. Because red and black and yellow and black sell.
No, between
sits.
Makita and rigid, just those
everything
two.
Else sits. Look, even Mancaver will tell you.
I don't agree with you.
Any brush tool is garbage.
That's a lie. I don't agree with that. I do not agree with that. Brush tools have been around for the longest. If it brushless recently came out, what are you talking about? Oh, if it's brush, what do you think the majority of Hilti tools are right now? They're all brushed. They recently started making brushless. What are you talking about? What's the most rented tools at Home Depot? They're brushed. What are we talking about here? We're going to start saying that
because you don't rent good tools to people because people don't take care of rented stuff. It's like having a rented house. They're not going to magically take better care of their house than you do because it's rented. They know if they break it, you fix it.
So to decipher what you're saying is Home Depot rents out garbage tools because they know you're going to break it.
Yeah,
that makes sense to you.
That makes the way I'm seeing it for rental things, like imagine car rentals, right? They're never going to rent a stick shift. They're always going to rent you an automatic. Automatics, everybody can drive. It's cheaper. Quality is, I mean, back in the 90s, automatics sucked, right? But now they've gotten much better. But yeah, I mean, it's. Go ahead.
At least to my knowledge, and I'll admit that I don't know everything, right? There's gaps there, but Mancaver says that most Hilti tools are brushless. No, not that's a recent change. That's a recent change. In like a year,
rent out old tools.
That's not true either. I've seen Home Depots get fully populated with brand new Makita tools recently and it has a lot to do with whatever contracts they're making with whomever they're making them with. The number one tool that Home Depot used to rent before was Hilti, and those were all brush tools. They recently made a change, obviously for contract reasons. I would guess. I don't know. I don't work for Home Depot, but they now have a giant section of Makita tools everywhere where I'm at. Why? Because of that, I would guess, right? It's not going to be because. Go ahead.
Mo saying brush tools are serviceable, so that
absolutely, they're serviceable. I repair them all the time. For me, I think that brushless has a failure that you're not going to have very much on a brush tool, and that is that brushless requires chips, and right now, with all kinds of chip problems, you're going to have a little more issues with that. With the brushed, I can cut out the chip and I could solder the connections between it, and it may not do some cool things, but it'll work just fine. I know because I've repaired the tools and I've done it a million times.
Give me a second. I'll be back.
You know what? You can also use a stone to cut down a tree, and you can repair it.
Oh dear God!
I'm not. Well, you would know.
You're comparing brush tools
back then.
You're comparing brush tools versus brushless to stones. That makes sense.
Yep.
That makes sense to you.
Better power, better performance, better runtime.
Yep. Yes. I'm not gonna deny any of that.
Can get the job done too. Stone tools can get the job done too, just not as fast, not as efficient, not with as much power. Yep, I can compare it to stone.
Yes, that makes total sense. It takes you probably 3 days to cut down a tree with stones, and with a brushless tool, it takes you 36 seconds. With a brushless tool, it takes you 30 seconds. Makes total sense.
It does. It's a comparison.
That is the most.
You may not know this, but you know
that is the dumbest comparison.
It's called an exaggeration.
Yes,
it's called
a dumb exaggeration. It is a dumb exaggeration because the speed
Because we're talking about efficiency, right? We're talking about power, performance, efficiency. Yes, yes. In that regard, I'm absolutely correct.
And
you are Ed, the old guy.
And this brings me to the wonderful test that everybody does with the lag bolts into the wood. So your drill goes 1/4 second faster than the other, and that is going to equal something at a job site. Are you serious? Are you serious?
Well, you wouldn't know.
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. How
you
would I not know, Mr. Retired Guy? How would I not know, Mr. Retired Guy?
Going to his desk. You're a desk jockey.
Really?
You're going over to his desk, and you're like, "Oh, look at those guys out there.
Tell me more about
using brush tools because the company pays for them."
So my side work where I do construction, repair cars, and do all that other stuff, I'm not using tools. Plus, I've helped build data centers. I wasn't involved in that. You're absolutely right. I've been in water up to my waist splicing fiber for major companies and rebuilding a network in the middle of the night with major construction tools. But I wouldn't know anything about that. You're absolutely right. How long you been retired?
Like a month.
A month from doing what?
Solar.
And you're talking to me? I built data centers. I put glycol.
So what you're saying is because you were a phone repairman?
I was a phone repairman? Man, dude, you don't know what you're talking about. This is
I built data centers. What's that? It's a phone and a computer.
Is that what it is? Is that what a data center is? Bro, you have no clue what you're talking about. A data center, bro. Oh, I don't even want to explain it to you. It would take intelligence.
Of course you can't.
No, because it would take intelligence to understand it. For me to explain.
Well, then why would you try to explain it? You don't have any of those qualifications.
You're right. You're
you're a telephone repairman.
That's right.
I wanted to talk about tools. I want to talk about tools. You're trying to give me your resume like I'm supposed to be impressed.
You don't have to be impressed by my resume. What I can tell you is I use tools all the time, but it doesn't matter because you're not going to hear it because no matter what I say, it's either you're right and everybody else is wrong, and that's all that matters.
Oh, right? So we went straight into the victimhood mentality.
No, it's not victimhood. Great. You don't.
That is exactly what you're doing. You're not gonna listen to me. I'm all heartbroken about it. It's okay, dude.
You're right.
Take
it easy. Absolutely right. Wait, hold on. Let me tell you again. Let me tell you again what you want to hear. You're right.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I just want to hear that.
Okay, good. Rigid is the best. Everybody that watches the show, buy Rigid. You won't be disappointed. It's the only tool you should buy. Because he said so. He knows better than everybody. He knows better than the Den of Tools. He knows better than Ed the Old Tech Guy. He knows better than Joe. He knows better than Beard. He knows better than everybody. Philly Fix has told him multiple times that Makita's good. He don't want to hear it. No. He knows better. Please educate me more. I can't wait to learn from you.
I know that you're all worked up.
I'm not worked up. I'm
probably didn't take your pills after dinner. So let me just educate you here real quick.
Educate me,
Never once told people to go out buy Rigid. I just said Rigid is the best value. Power, performance,
and I have had this conversation. I'm not talking about what you've told anybody.
And what you suffer from is the lack of creativity and thought to understand that someone agree again that someone can say to you, Makita does not fit my hand because I don't have little girly hands, and because they don't fit my hand, I don't like using them. That's what I've said about Makita, and then you blew it up, and I just went with it and make fun of you. But you know,
you're saying what you told people, but I am not talking about that conversation.
Told
you told me. You said to me that Rigid was the best and all this great stuff. This is what I'm quoting. I'm quoting you saying that. Not all this other stuff that you're trying to. I've never said it. Who's playing the victim now? I never said it, everybody. Listen to poor little big me. Big me. I got problems. Listen to me.
Poor little big me.
Yeah, poor little big me. Because you wouldn't say you're small. Because you won't say you're small, but you're gonna tell everybody you're right.
6'4".
Yeah, I know. You're a big tall guy. So you're used to pushing your weight around and looking down on people. So that's why you don't want to hear anybody when they have a point.
Wait, so what's your point? What is your point?
I don't have any points anymore because
I
have
didn't
fallen
think so.
right in line. I've fallen right in line on your show to listen to you. I will wait till my show so that I could say what I got to say, because you obviously don't want to hear what other people have to say.
I've let you talk for about the last 3 minutes straight.
Dude, no, I've had to explain to
and
you
all you've done is whine, cry, bitch, complain, piss, and moan.
You're right.
That's it. It's
you're
fantastic
right.
to listen to. It makes for very good quality entertainment for folks, and I hope they enjoy it.
I'm here giving you people. That's right. Look at me. I'm awesome.
There you go. But the fact of the matter is, I keep bringing it. I want to talk about tools, and you want to talk about things that weren't said that you heard because you don't want to listen when people actually talk, because you hear what isn't said and you
what
try
are you
to
talking about?
it.
You did not say that rigid is the best, dude. And
nope,
you yourself
not
said
once. Never once have I ever said rigid is the best. I say it's the best value.
Okay,
best value.
We're not talking about your videos. We're not talking about
multiple times. You can look at any text I've ever sent. You'll see it multiple times.
Dude, you're sitting there and you're joking with all of us. You're joking with all of us that rigid is better, bro. You're now we're gonna say it's not. And now you're trying to save face.
You have seen me test rigid against Makita. You have seen me.
Yes, we've talked about that. When I said the top three, I said the top three, you sat there and gave me crap because you did not want to even hear me say. And this was on your last live stream. I said the top three.
I wanted me to say Makita, and I said I did a video where I said I don't think Makita is the top three anymore, and I don't even know that there's a top five. I can think of at least 5 companies that I would buy before I buy Makita.
So your
opinion, and that doesn't mean you hear Makita is bad because I say I can think of 5 companies that I would take over Makita.
I've said it multiple times
that is kind of
I've said it multiple times.
What you're doing?
Nope. I've said it multiple times. Each company makes certain tools better than others. There's no perfect company. There's no great company. There's not one company that makes every single tool. Even Hilti has some tools that are not as good as others.
I'm the hairless Joe the tool guy.
Way to go. Glad to have you back, Pedro. I don't know where you went, but I had to remove you for a second.
It's all good.
List the 5. Fine. Here are the 5. I would buy Festool, Milwaukee, DeWalt, Flex, and Metabo, all before I bought a Makita tool. And that's easy. See, somebody wanted me to list the 5, and I just did. Easy.
And that's your opinion.
I would actually buy like the Cobalt, their XTR line.
Mm-hmm.
I would buy that before I buy Makita. And of course, everybody knows I buy rigid. So that's 7.
Well, I'm curious why you think Makita is such garbage to you. What was your
I never said it was. Well, I did say it was garbage, of course, jokingly.
I'm just curious why you
cannot use a tool. I know you guys need to listen. If you can't use a tool, Makita does not fit my hand. Pedro, you've seen the picture of me holding
your
Makita drill.
It's again
you've
based
seen
on
me holding the picture of the Makita drill. My hand goes from the trigger to the battery.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So if it was
covering the ridges and all that garbage, it's not comfortable for me to hold.
Okay. And that's great.
It's garbage to me because I can't hold it. And even in the videos that I use it, I can only get my fingers on it. I can't put it in my palm.
Would you say you're average?
My wife wouldn't. That was too easy, Ed. Come on.
Wow. I thought we were talking too.
No, I talk all the time about my hands being 2XL.
Okay.
And it's an easy 2XL.
So you're a car manufacturer, you're a tool manufacturer, you're a manufacturer of any type. Aren't you going to make it for at least 80% of the
What did I say? What did I say in the last video? I said my favorite tool is the one I have in my hand that gets the job done.
Do you watch all of my videos?
No.
Stop quoting your videos then, because I don't watch all of yours either.
You were there, you schmuck.
I don't watch
you were on there.
Videos.
So you were whining about Makita then too. It's 2 weeks later, and you're doing the same thing. Congratulations.
I'm not whining about Makita. you continue to call them trash when they're not trash. You keep lowering them for the simple fact that you just made that it doesn't fit your hand.
Actually, it was one of the reasons that I gave.
Okay, so give us more reasons, because you only gave one.
No, I have already said power, performance. You've seen me test them against other brands, and they don't win. They don't perform. So power and performance and size. The fact that when I go into a store, they're not as readily available as some other brands also plays a factor into it. How many more reasons does it take for you to get the little knot out of your panties and just accept that, to me, Makita ain't a great tool?
That I don't care what I'm not here to change your mind. I'm here to understand why you keep banging on something that's obviously not trash. You keep calling it trash. You keep lowering it from where it is when it doesn't deserve to be lowered that well. If you want to say that Flex has moved up a notch and brought Makita down, I'm with you on that. I'm willing to go there with you. But you keep saying, "Oh, this is trash. It's garbage. Makita's garbage," when it's obviously not. It's been the ruling tool for a long time. Now, have they gotten lazy?
Wait. Ruling tool where?
Everywhere, worldwide.
Really?
Yes.
So in the United States, the number one selling tool brand is?
Right now, Milwaukee.
Was
it always so? Was it always so? DeWalt.
What's number two?
DeWalt. Was it always so? You said right now. Was it always
you know what? That's the funny thing, because I also said that Makita 8 years ago was the brand to have.
Okay. All right.
But that was 8 years ago. We don't live. You may live 8 years ago.
I live 8 years ago.
I live in the present.
Me in the way.
And in the present, Makita has gone down the list consistently. They've fallen down. They have not innovated better battery technology. Now they're falling even further behind there. Flex,
40 volt. That doesn't exist. We can't disagree with him. Can't disagree with him. He doesn't want to hear that.
DeWalt, the power stack batteries.
I remember seeing a rigid 40 volt
are going to be superior than the 18650.
He switched straight to Flex. Put him in a commercial right now. Shill. He can't wait to be in that commercial. Pay him. Somebody pay him that.
How many times have I had? How many Flex tools do I own?
I don't know, but you just keep.
The number is 0.
Oh, but you're promoting them like you tested them.
No,
I agree with
what have I said?
I agree
with
what
I said. They came out.
Every line has.
They have moved ahead.
D-Tran is a smart man. Absolutely, absolutely. Each brand has trash. Each brand has tools that are amazing. You can't go around saying this one is trash, that one is trash, this one is this one is that. We may make fun of Ryobi, which could absolutely be bottom of the list. But even Ryobi's got some stuff that I have to say I'm a little jealous of, right? Like they got the stupid glue gun. But I want it. I want it in my battery lineup, right? It's awesome, but I want it in my battery lineup. They were the first ones to have that whatchamacallit, the 120 volt connector. Why can't my battery lineup have that? Why? Well, that's because agreeably so, Makita has fallen off on the innovation scale. They've gotten fat and lazy. But they're not trash. They're building stuff all the time that is pretty decent.
Great. You can have 27 angle grinders in your lineup. And everybody can talk about how expansive your lineup, and look it up. I actually think they do have 27 angle grinders in their lineup. And you can look at it and you can go, oh, they make such a great array. But 27 of the same tool doesn't exactly account to me to be all that innovative. It doesn't show me that they're being all that intelligent with their money. Maybe just, I don't know, build one really great one. And people will buy it.
They don't have one great tool.
That is not what I said.
I
know you're pantomime because you don't want to hear anything.
I'm asking to clarify in my head. I want to understand what you said. I'm not asking to make you look bad or anything. I'm really wanting to understand what you just said.
What I said was, why not just build one great angle grinder instead of 27? I'm not sure how you got lost on that, but you
Well,
know,
I missed it.
I can draw you
You
a
keep breaking in
roadmap
and
if I
out.
can bring out the Crayola for you.
No. If your internet would stop being, if your Matchbox internet would stop breaking up, I could actually hear what you're saying. Next time, get a decent router. Oh, hire a tech. Oh, I'm sorry. We're all stupid and don't know how to use tools. We don't know nothing.
Yeah, I
agree
with you.
Yeah.
There you go.
Anyways,
I agree with you.
So your guy Robert here at Tools in Texas is saying, does Makita have one great tool? I would say it depends on whoever is using the tool, because just like Robert over here, Tools of Souls, is saying that it doesn't fit in his hand, that he hates it. But if it fits in someone else's hand, it's a good tool. So it's not saying that one tool is better. I think everybody complains, this tool is crap, this tool is crap. Every line has a good tool of its whatever brand. You don't have to be stuck to that one brand. There's so many deals out there in the last, I don't know, year that I've been watching all these YouTube channels. I've been lucky enough to be able to fall. I mean, you saw that picture I posted on the Instagram. I have every brand tool. I even have Ryobi. I have Rigid. I have DeWalt. I have Hilti. I have all of that stuff. And yeah, DeWalt is supreme, but it depends on who you are.
Bro, Chaka Gillis.
The coffee maker is the best Makita.
Es todo. No, it's not. It's not the best. But and then D-Tran says, Ed, question: do you stay on Makita even though you have tools that aren't good because of the convenience? I would say kind of, but what I want to make sure I clarify what I'm saying is I will buy the good tools in Makita. So if they don't have a really good tool that I wanted, like I really didn't like their multi-tool at first for a while, so I bought the rigid one. I bought the electric rigid one, and I also didn't end up liking it, but I used the heck out of it, and not the cordless one. I bought the corded one, and I didn't like how plasticky it is. I've got a video where I take it all apart and I kind of talk about the goods and the bads of it. But
yeah, I hated the Job Max.
So I there's some things I like about Makita. There's some things I don't like, but like like when we're talking about 12-volt line, Makita's 12-volt line, I'm not very impressed with at all. So I'm going to Milwaukee's 12-volt line. I really struggled between DeWalt and Milwaukee, but to Robert's statement, Milwaukee is very readily available because of the deals that they've made with Home Depot to say we get this much space, and or you don't get Milwaukee here. How about that? Right? They make these deals, and all big players do. So don't act like they don't. All big players make those deals. They've made these giant deals with Home Depot, and boom, they're there. Why aren't they at the Lowe's? Why aren't they at the Menards? Because they haven't made those deals there, right? So
I don't know. I do want to shout out to Ira, who is here.
Hi, Ira.
Makita, on the other hand, this is the problem with Makita. It's a worldwide company. They know they make their money worldwide. So they're not sitting here shaking hands with Home Depot trying to say, make sure I get as much floor space as everybody else. That is a knock and a bad thing on Makita. The other problem is their innovation hasn't been up to par. You're going to say that some of their power, it's not there. Well, yeah, on specific tools. I've seen Torque Test Channel. If you guys haven't seen Torque Test Channel, very great channel. They've tested a lot of these tools, and Makita, I was very unhappy with how bad they performed on some of their tools. But other tools, they knocked it out of the park. They beat everybody, including Fax. They beat everybody. So you can't sit here and be like, I don't like it. It's garbage. And then in the end, we find out it's because it don't fit your hand, right? Well, I could say that too.
Wait, why can't I say that then? Why you're saying I can't say it?
You can say whatever
I physically
you want.
can. Watch.
No,
it's garbage. Look,
you can say whatever you
pretty
want.
Easy. Oh,
you can
all
say
right.
whatever
I
you
thought
want,
I couldn't because you said I couldn't.
What
you said I couldn't, and I've let you. I've let you now go 10
let's
minutes.
Let's gaslight and go ahead and stick on every little word I'm saying. What I mean is that if you say that every tool Makita makes is garbage, then you have a very biased opinion, and you're not looking at every tool with an unbiased eye.
Or you asked me a question about what is the best one, and then you just spoke for the last 5 minutes. You didn't let me talk. I mean, it was cute.
It's your show, bro.
And what did I say? What did I say? I said, no, I don't do that. I don't quell people. I don't try to silence people.
No, you just talk over them and
oh,
talk bad.
That's clearly what one of us is doing.
No, so I stand up for
Here
myself.
You go again.
And standing up for myself is a bad thing here.
Oh, it's standing up for yourself.
I
literally. Here, you go ahead.
I did already. I said what I had to say.
Keep going. Keep going, because this is you enjoy. I need your live streams are you getting people to talk to you, and only you, and they don't talk back and forth. They don't actually have a conversation.
Really?
So
you've been on all my live streams. You've seen them all.
No, just the one.
Oh, just the one.
Yeah, just the
and you
one.
judged every one of my live streams by that.
I do use it when I can't sleep at night. No, I'm just messing with you, Ed. You know I like you. I'm just messing with you. But to be honest with you, yeah, there are some nice tools that Makita makes. I really like the angle grinder. I think their X-Lox angle grinder is fantastic. Does that mean I got to run out and get it? No. I don't really need it, so I don't use it. You know,
yeah,
I'm not really in a hurry to get into the Makita line, because the tools that I would use on a daily basis don't fit in my hand. They're not comfortable, and therefore
you do a lot of woodworking,
I leave
right?
them alone.
Is that what you do at the house? You do woodworking?
I do woodworking.
So that's your preference on tools, is what you're going for as far as what you need for tools, right?
No, I mean, then I have quite the eclectic array of tools. So no, some of it was like, I still have a bunch of my tools from work. Not as many as I used to have, but I still have a bunch. And the fact is, what's that?
For the solar install?
Yes.
So you got electrician type of tools, probably drill, impact.
Yeah.
I don't know if you need a multi-tool. Well, woodworking, you would need a
multi-tool, and yeah, you need it all.
Okay, so the Makita does woodworking, but I think they're more spread out right now. You want to compare one thing to the other, but you're viewing it and your perspective is towards electrical and woodwork. It's only two aspects of all trades, and it's not a small trade, but
so I am supposed to not have my experiences, but take into the account the experiences of everyone.
Well, I think when you start putting down, when you start putting down a brand and calling them trash because they don't meet your needs, I think that's kind of wrong. I mean, everybody could say whatever they want, right? You got the right to say what you want, but I think Makita does make good tools. Rigid probably makes really good tools. I don't have a lot of Rigid experience. I don't have a lot of Ryobi experience. I'm more into DeWalt, Milwaukee, and Makita. Those three brands have been in my life for a long time, and I've had junk on all three of those as well. So I would say you can't say, hey, this is better than this. It's hard to put down a brand when you've only done so little with what you do. You know, if
there's the misconception, because I was joking when I said they were garbage today, but the last time we did this, I did not. I said that they don't work for me, and I actually said that they have some nice tools. I said that again today. They have some nice tools, just not something that I am going to worry about, and it's not something that I'm going to run out and get. You guys keep going, well, he said they're trash. He said they're right. You know what? If that's what it takes for you guys to move on to experience life, they're the greatest tool brand in the world. I would be happy to own Makita and only Makita, because they make the best tools ever. They've certainly kept up with the professional game here in the United States. and we'll, you know, that's all that matters. There you go.
Well, let's go on to what were you there was other things you wanted to talk about today, right? You were talking about the rigid service agreement and how to sign up for it.
I'm actually going to do a video on that to show people how you
Okay.
can get the LSA done in a day, start to finish. And yeah, it's actually a really simple process.
I never liked that whole rigid thing. But I will admittedly say that. See, you're making the face, bro. What's the face for? It's my opinion. I never liked the rigid thing, and I was gonna say I don't really. I get anytime I buy a new tool, I usually don't fill out the whole warranty thing either. So that's boo on me. I should do it. I don't like filling out a card and mailing it. I think that's kind of stupid too. That's not rigid. That's Milwaukee, Makita, or anybody else. The rigid, I tried. This was years back. I tried going on their website and trying to register it, and had nothing but trouble. And I'm like, dude, if somebody that is in and around the tech industry can't figure this out, then nobody can. And it was my experience, and it was also Jay Who's experience. A buddy of mine who bought the same tool, and we tried it. I'm sure by now they've probably made a lot of changes, updated it, but I haven't done it since. And I admittedly say again, I don't fill it out for anybody. So I can't tell you the difference between one or the other.
That's nice.
He just wants to burn you today.
I know. No matter what I say, he just wants to.
I literally said that's nice, and I don't know how that makes that's burning.
Yeah.
Like
that's the most condescending. That's the most condescending. That's nice I've ever seen, bro.
We both felt it.
I know, dude. It wouldn't matter. It wouldn't matter. He did agree. He did agree that Makita does make some tools that are okay. He did agree to that. And for me, I'm happy inside. That's all I wanted, was some unbiased truth that Makita does have some tools that are good. That's it.
That's nice.
I can move on. I can move on. See?
That's nice.
Yeah, I agree with what Denny's saying, that
Joe tool guy,
he's not loyal to a brand. You can't be loyal to a brand, because I used to be loyal to Chevy, right? And for a long time, I was a Chevy guy, but now I see other companies surpassing Chevy. I mean, I'm talking about cars because that's what I really know. But if you look at it in today's market, every car brand has its good, every car brand has its bad, just like tools, right? And a car is technically a tool. It gets you from A to B. Tool gets you A to B with working. So I'm going to compare it that way. And if you want to say, oh, Ford's the best, it's like this debate will go on forever. So I think
somebody already started it. Nope, Ford is trash.
Yeah. And then, but
it was Ira of all people.
Well, I'm curious what she likes, but it's all good. But as far as the warranties, I think that it's good that Rigid does a lifetime service agreement. I know Flex is going to do for any purchase to the end of this year. Does anybody know about that?
Yes, they have a lifetime warranty for Flex if you were some of the early adopters.
Now, how does that work? How's that process?
I don't know. I don't own any. I haven't bought it.
I actually like the DeWalt where you can just scan the QR code. That was pretty nice. I've never had to use it because I mean they do make some very good quality tools. So
you scan the QR code on the box?
On the tool itself.
Oh, really? Oh, like on the bottom with the batteries or something?
Yeah.
I've never seen it.
Yeah, it's I did it for the $9.99 when I got it. But I've never gone through their process. I have gone through Rigid's warranty process several times. And I have to be honest with you, I've never had a bad experience with it. They've always taken good care of me. I know Daniel said the same thing. that he's never had an issue with it. I haven't, and it's because there are things that you can do to make the process much easier. And if they know who you are, if you talk to them frequently, which not for warranty issues, but to register tools or whatever, I end up talking to Rigid directly and getting my stuff warranted and taken care of really quickly.
You should do it. You said you're going to do a video on the LSA. You should do a video when you where you warranty a tool too, because that would help some people. I know that
whole process.
It's the exact same process, to be honest with you. File the claim and then go through their Facebook Messenger and contact them directly. And then you do that, they're extremely responsive on Facebook, and you just let them know the claim number and they take care of you.
And then you also mentioned DeWalt is doing a buyback on their old tools, any tool?
Yes, any of their old tools. They were doing it for fleet services, so companies that would go out and they would buy just new tools every year, just a ton of new tools every year. Well, as an incentive, they would the DeWalt would give these companies monies back. Well, they have not. It's not just for companies to do. Individuals can continue to go through DeWalt tech support, and DeWalt will actually give them money back on older defective tools to buy new tools, or they'll just send you cash back. There are several companies that are doing that. I've never had to use it. I've never had to do it. So
they're even buying back the old NiCad stuff.
Yeah. That I know. It is. You have to go through their tech support to get it done. But yes, they have been doing it over a year now.
Wow,
that's worth it. I'll look into that. I didn't even know that. I'm horrible about warranties.
So you trade in your DeWalt for a Milwaukee. That's what they're doing, right? I know I was going to have a field day with that one.
so I know a lot of guys that watch my stuff. Some of them are mechanics, and that's the two brands that they stick with if they're not going to go Snap-on. They will stick with DeWalt and Milwaukee. That's what they want. That's all they want to hear, right? My buddies,
I'll tell you. If I were a mechanic and I was turning wrench for a living, I would probably go with the Mac, because those tools are designed to take the fluids from a vehicle that DeWalt, Milwaukee, Makita, Rigid, any of them are not really designed to do. And over time, the housing on those tools, if exposed to those elements, it will ruin them. Whereas the Mac and some others, they're made to handle that.
Yeah, no disagreement from me. I know I've seen a lot of them talk about how the Milwaukee and DeWalt tools have more air fins in their housings than some of the Snap-on and Mac and Matco tools have. But a lot of mechanics are still buying those up and still using them.
It's availability, right? Availability and cost. So I understand why they would do it. I said for me, I would probably go with a Mac, just because I know if I'm turning wrenches, they're designed. That means I'm not down. I don't have as much downtime if something should go wrong. Because it's designed to last longer. Lasting longer makes me more productive, makes me more money. That's what I like.
One thing I've been seeing is a lot of cordless angle grinders. I've been noticing that where the mesh is on the grinders, they're actually doing like a fine. It's like, if you need your tool to breathe a little bit, so they give you this fine little mesh to keep stuff from going back into it and destroying the tool. Yep. So I see a lot of tools switching over to that as well. So it's not just one brand. Like I thought it was just Milwaukee. I have the 9-inch grinder, and I can actually go grab it and show it. But I think you guys know what I'm talking about. But
actually, you know what? I think people would benefit from seeing it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go grab it then.
Yeah, go grab it. Let's take a look. And Shaka, the reason Emerson doesn't send it out is that TTI manufactures the tool, not Emerson. Emerson licenses out the rigid brand to TTI. So TTI is actually the ones making it. Emerson, while a much bigger company, much more, although I tell you what, I got some inside information on Milwaukee this quarter. But Emerson, much bigger company, they just license out the rigid brand. So there you go. And I know Daniel Gomez, he and I are in the rigid forums on Facebook. He's a great guy. He's here tonight. I want to make sure I recognize him and say hi. We've got some famous people.
So Jim Tech says that that a drywall guy he knew had to bail out. Was a big time Porter Cable guy. Back in the day, Porter Cable was the go-to. I
mean, yeah, it was the Makita of its generation.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
So this is where,
hold on. Let me see if I can make it so that your screen is bigger.
If you could have light on there, it would be better. Like, can you get some light from that side? If you can't, you can't. Don't worry about it. But because all we see is
try some. If I cut you off the screen, it's not on purpose.
No.
Is it pretty dark in there?
That's not it. All right. I can't figure this whole thing out, but you guys know what I'm trying to do. I was trying to get it so that people could see.
I'm sure everybody has power tools at their house. All right, so just imagine this is the back where the vent is. This is a brushless. It's an older Milwaukee, but it's brushless. But there's a little vent back here, right? So, you know, you see that when you're drilling, crap gets in there, ruins your tool, right? So here is what they're starting to do. I don't know if you can see that. There's like a fine mesh. See if I can take this cover off. I know this thing comes off because it came with a spare one. There it goes. So it has this little fine mesh.
Yeah, a lot of the angle grinders have that now too.
Oh, yeah, it's mostly on the grinders. I mean, if they start doing it on drills, impacts, I think they'll benefit. Because I do a lot of metal work, so this is the polisher. But this also has. I mean, you can see this guts right inside of there, and then that thing just slipped on. But that's all new tools are starting to go that route. I've been noticing that, so they need that on the drills.
Hey, somebody screenshot this. Ira saw a Milwaukee tool and said that's pretty cool. Actually, someone screenshot it, and every Saturday night post it
with this in the background.
Yes,
this the polisher.
A little Milwaukee in the background, please, people, please. It'd be like me saying something nice about Ryobi, which I did say something nice about them once. I said their power scrubber was nice. It worked to clean windows. So there you go.
Look at tools and tactics.
So what are you guys seeing out there in the tool world? Anything lighting your fire?
Talking about the comment section here?
Yeah. Tools and tactics says Makita developed the SJS tech in most modern grinders. Every tool company's got their. I'm telling you, they got something to hang their hat on. Each one of them have done stuff. You know, like DeWalt pulled ahead with their saw, their miter saw from Makita. It used to be the Makita saw. Like everybody loved the Makita miter saw, and then DeWalt just rocked it out of the world with theirs, and just everybody like, oh, you got to get the Makita, you got to get the DeWalt saw, you got to get the DeWalt saw. Man, I don't work with enough dead wood. I don't work with enough wood or dead tree carcass.
Neither does your wife.
He's having a decent conversation, then Rob steps.
See?
I had to. It was just too open. I apologize to you.
So I don't work with enough of that material to really be. I can't go deep into that is that.
I mean, every word you're going to use.
I know. It's just I can't talk about that too much. I really can't. So it's my stuff is man, I've got tools for everything, and I'm around different trades all the time. Sometimes I'm doing plumbing, sometimes I'm doing carpentry, sometimes I'm doing electrical, sometimes I'm doing, heck, I'm doing computer work, I'm doing racking and stacking servers for cash on the side. I need a tool brand or set of tool brands that can move with me that way. I don't need one to be a specialty in one thing. And right now, I think Makita kind of fits that bill because, again, I got put into that battery lineup from the trade that I'm in, right? That helped me get into that battery lineup. But Milwaukee fits that bill. DeWalt fits that bill. I don't know too much about Flex. I think Flex, while they are made by a very big company that has a lot of tools on their side, and I'm sure they'll develop quickly, but they don't have enough tools in their lineup right now for me to work with them.
Right. But they have promised, and it's just a promise. We all know how promises go in the tool world, but it's just a promise. 200 tools in their first 2 years. And I'm sure this, what do you want to call it? The stuff in the harbor that's going on that I don't want to mention. It
we lost
maybe
him.
has had an effect. I also think that their price point came in too high as open.
Robert's going to watch this stream later, and he's going to get frustrated.
It's just I'm so far away from everything right now.
Somebody said they want the number for the polisher. You want to know what model number that is, Denny?
What model number?
I can get you a model number.
It is M8675309.
2738-20. 2738-20.
Making the decision on the 12-volt lineup was pretty tough, man. Was real tough.
Yeah.
I wanted to go. I was inching towards DeWalt. I was almost there, and I then decided to pull the trigger on Milwaukee. I know Philly recommended the DeWalt because of their new batteries they came out with and the new driver they came out with. Yeah, I was, man, I'm like, Philly, bro, you just made this really hard. I've been thinking back and forth which lineup do I go with, what lineup do I go with. I even considered the Makita 12-volt lineup, but I wasn't too happy with it. So I ended up going with the Milwaukee one. And it's just because of some of the tools that they have for kind of that side mechanic work stuff that I can do. I think it'll make it easier. I'm not sure. I won't know till I buy them.
Because I was in the M18 line, and I have pretty much everything in Milwaukee, and then the M12 stuff started coming out, and it's like, holy crap, that's awesome deal. I'm not gonna say no to that. And half my chargers already had an M12 charger built in, just like the DeWalt has, right? And I don't know if Makita. No, I think you have to use a different charger for the Makita, right?
For a different, yes, you do. You have to. You have
for the 12 volt.
Yeah. And that's what Milwaukee does kind of cool, where they have the charger for both.
Right. Yeah. Almost all the M18 chargers are both. It has the two options.
Yeah, Denny's deal says M12 is the best 12 volt, is amazing. I think I gotta say I gotta agree with you. That's why I went with it. Right. And that's everybody's gonna be like, it's a Makita diehard guy. I'm not. I'm gonna buy the best tool that fits me. Once you get in a battery lineup, though, it is tough to sit there. I'm not the guy that's buying 16 different drills to do videos, guys. That's not my channel, and it's never gonna be that. That's not what I do. Right. I buy what I buy for myself, and I do what I do, and I review what I have. That's it. If I buy it, it's because I needed it or need it for a job. So I'm not that channel. I'm also not really good at the deals. I can't compete with like Joe the tool guy, the beard guy, and you guys when it comes to we got this deal. That's not my channel.
Yeah, that's a lot of keeping up with those guys. But I'm lucky enough to be able to be on that deal team 6. It's just I'm getting constant messages right now from them. I had to shut it off, and I don't know why I turned it back on, but it's blocking my screen every once in a while. But it's just amazing how much you think there's no deals out there, but yet they're staring you right at the face, and you just don't realize they're there. You just have to go look for them, and sometimes you find a shady website and somebody decides they want to go pull the trigger and find out, and then they report back to the team and say, hey, I just found this deal and it worked. And I think Joe went to, what is that, electrical, some website with electrical something.
Mm-hmm.
And he got that caulking gun for dirt cheap. It was like $2 for M18, the 18-volt caulking gun.
Sorry, I read a comment that made me laugh. I apologize.
Yeah, Chano Garcia, what's up, Chano? Órale, vato!
Yes, Mick. Harbor Freight does do a 12-volt in their Hercules line, I want to say. I'm not a big 12-volt user. They don't have the power for me, so I stay away from them.
Yeah, it's crazy. Still getting messages.
12 volts great for cabinetry. It's great for smaller stuff. Sometimes you just need a little drill to do stuff with, and it just comes in handy. I am dying to find out how it does when it's over your head, how it compares to my 18-volt, right? And because if it's lighter, I'm getting older, man. Holding something over your head and drilling like that and looking over your shoulder like that, it's pretty tough. So if I could go lighter and still able to do it, I can't wait. So if there's any of you guys out there that do ladder rack and know what I'm talking about, if you know what a Chicago stitch is or a Kansas City stitch is, you know what I'm talking about.
Sounds like some kind of club you got to be in.
No, it's not. No, it's a type of wax laced stitching that you do for power cable, and you just have to know how to do it. And it's kind of a dying art. Everybody's going to zip ties and stuff, but it's still used. And when you're putting up that ladder rack for it, your arms will die after holding up your
clean room application or something.
Say that one more time.
Is it like for a server room or something like that, for a clean room type of?
Yeah. So it's big power cable. It comes in 2 watt. Like that thick.
Wow.
So I'm surprised. I'm sure Robert knows that type of cabling. So when you're talking about like 2 watt and all that,
yep. I'll be honest with
Rainbow Room in Chicago. What?
CP, hop on. I sent you the link
through
Instagram.
Rainbow Room in Chi-Town. I don't know what that means.
Rainbow Room.
I sent you the link on your Instagram, so go there and hop on, buddy. No, what I have found, what I use more now than I thought I would when I got it, is I use the subcompact stuff for doing all my overhead. I'm not adding weight, and I don't have to carry a different battery. For me, it's just, and they're like 2 pounds, so I can do that all day.
Chris Freeman's been on my live streams. Hey, listen. I never said it's actually a truck. Like I'm saying that I'm saying that the designer, the engineer, the blue book value, everybody who they say it's a truck. So I have to agree with what they're saying. It's a truck. I know it's on a car base and all that stuff. It's a running gag on my channel.
It's not a truck, by the way.
It's not a truck. It's not a truck. Everybody's going to tell me that, but I'm going to tell you that it is. It is.
Just like Makita's not a real tool.
That's right. It's not a real tool.
I had to do it to you. I had to do it to you.
I'm sure you did. You had to. So I'm going to tell you right now that if you insure the Honda Ridgeline, they're going to charge you like it's a truck. So, sorry. Don't buy a Honda Ridgeline.
I wouldn't do that. I would not do that to myself. There you go, the Makita subcompact line.
Yeah, that's nice. That's
really the hammer drill, and that's the impact.
Yeah, that's nice, man.
The drill versus like that.
Yep.
I can get a different battery on there, but just the tool alone, it's got the belt clip. I mean, you're comparing. This is an old. I don't know if you guys can see any of that.
Was that an 18-volt?
Yeah.
Yeah, both the 18s.
Oh, I couldn't see the battery that you pulled out. Oh, that's a small battery. It's a 1.5. That's why it's
1.5.
Nice.
And then the big 5.0. But I have the smaller ones of these guys. I just don't use them.
No. So you have both the Makita and the Milwaukee.
And DeWalt.
When it comes to the battery, I've seen it multiple times with DeWalt and Milwaukee that the battery kind of starts hanging, starts causing a gap in there, and people put cardboard. I've even seen it on TikTok where people are like, "Just put the cardboard; it fixes it."
This?
Yes.
There's not much in there.
I've never had to put cardboard in mine.
I think if you buy the knockoff batteries, they might have more of a gap in there. But this is the actual Milwaukee battery with the Milwaukee tool. So there's like a little bit. I don't know if you can hear it. And then there's so about the same sound. Little less play in here. It's a little more dampened, but it does have the little stuff, the bumpers in there.
Yeah.
No, I will. By the way, I hope somebody screenshotted what she said about Marius liking the 12-volt tools. I'm just the M12. I'm just saying
we're not even going there.
No, I'm just saying I love Ira, but looks like my mic is about to cut out.
You're losing battery.
Yeah, it's all right. I can
sign
switch
language
to my other mic. Yeah, I use Makita batteries for it, so naturally it would conk out just when I needed it. If I had a good tool brand battery in it, they'd probably last better. But I had to get the Makita brand mic because nothing says I hate you quite like I got you a Makita.
That's why it sounds so good.
Yeah, now because it's on my laptop, the battery conked out on my mic.
No, your mic sounds great.
Oh,
because it's a Makita mic.
Oh.
Oh, my God. Sounds like a new tool guy.
Down just when I need it most.
But, by the way, those of you guys that don't know, you guys do know that my live streams are all just us joking around, right? I mean, that's all.
Yeah,
jokes.
I think we watched. I watched one of yours.
It's not. We're not being serious on half the talk that we do there. It's all.
We're not being serious either.
No, I know, but a lot of people are like I've even had emails say, "Hey, are you and Dale okay? Are you guys getting in a fight?" And I'm like, "No."
Oh wow,
it gets rehearsed. It was rehearsed. We knew exactly what we were doing. It's all good. It's all good. It was funny. We that was the whole point. That was the whole point. It was supposed to be hilarious. And he and I have gotten in some arguments, but boy, he loves his Ryobi. So if you get him on here, bro, that's going to be rough because he's going to be the only one. Now we're all going to trash on him. That's not going to be fun.
Eric, it is not a swing. It's a hammock chair. Okay.
It's a swing. It's a mesh swing.
Okay, if you say so. I don't know what it is with you and mesh. It's probably from your surgery, your transition there, but whatever, dude.
At least my microphone's working.
No, because it's a Makita microphone.
No.
Like Samsung,
but it's red and black, so you automatically know it's not Makita.
Well, we just saw some black Makita tools.
Look, Ira just found. Oh my God! Wait a minute. We have a superstar joining us.
Who's that?
CP.
It's CP.
How you doing, buddy?
I'm all right. Thanksgiving's over. Got to start thinking about work again. All that BS.
What's new with you?
How you fellas doing?
Good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm with BW. He said that Ed just admitted that his live streams are a joke.
Yeah, you guys didn't know?
Well, anything with you on it, probably.
Yeah, you're right. I have to be a joke, right? Yeah.
I said it's not too serious. You got offended by that. Sorry, sir.
Yeah. You're.
I'll tell you what. I'll get you a whole box of tissues for Christmas so you can take your time.
Robert's not holding back at all, is he, tonight?
No, not at all. Not at all.
He's throwing out the seasonal kindness right away.
Oh yeah.
I to start the show off, I said that every dollar for the month of December leading up to Christmas, the week of Christmas, every single dollar that is donated to my channel, I will match dollar for dollar and give to charity, Toys for Tots.
That's a pretty good deal right there. I
That's
don't
pretty
think
good
anybody
deal.
else is.
You
I don't
can't-
think anybody else is doing anything like that.
You can't hardly, you can't hardly argue with that right there.
No, and you know what? And part of the reason why is when I was a young man, we did not have a lot of money coming into the house. So there were Christmases where we had to be sponsored by people in our community in order to have even a Christmas dinner. So when it comes to stuff like that, you know, I like to give back. I'm a fairly charitable guy as is. I want to give back. I want to give back to the community. I want kids to have at least a Merry Christmas in one aspect, if I can't provide for the rest of it.
That's pretty cool.
I got something coming up, but it's not providing like that. You done blew mine out of the water. I can't compete with that.
What you got?
I just got something. I'm just doing one little thing. I thought I was doing pretty good, and then Robert just deflated everything. Like I'm like I was pretty happy about what I was doing. And now Robert's like, I'm just gonna give to everybody like match dollar for dollar, and just pretty much wreck the internet. Pretty cool.
So far,
my Snap-on guy actually, which all the Snap-on haters of the world will always be about that. But my Snap-on guy just donated $22,000 to Toys for Tots.
Wow.
They did a full drive. He does it every single year, and they filled up the entire building. I mean, there was like 30 bicycles. I got to tell you, I'll brag. I like to brag about Iowa because at the end of the day, no matter what people think, we do take care of each other here pretty good. Obviously, it's a smaller state, smaller community, but the amount of technicians that came out of pocket for that Toys to Tots drive, you can look it up on Facebook, Mark Stuchel Snap-on. You can actually look it up and see the video. It was absolutely mind-blowing. Like, I was like, Jesus. I mean, we're talking bikes after bikes after bikes and toys for these kids that were just unbelievable. And it keeps getting bigger every year.
Wow.
And my Snap-on guy's a douchebag. Don't get me wrong. Like, I don't exactly like him, but man, that doesn't mean that you don't do things that are good for people just because you're kind of a dick sometimes. You know what I mean? I mean, it's just how it is. And he really put it down. I had to give it to him. I was like, man, for an asshole, you sure do a pretty good job taking care of some people sometimes.
Yeah,
making up for his assholeness.
That's really nice, man.
Speaking as one of those guys, I Ebenezer Scrooge and we have a lot in common. I'm just trying to cut down my chains in the afterlife.
Well, like I said, I'm always the same asshole every day. I may be a changed man. I think Jelly Roll does a song, and the verses he does on it are pretty awesome. It's something I forget, something about being an asshole, but it's a pretty good song, and I think it describes me perfectly. You constantly keep fighting those, try to put down the past and move forward to the future, but you always got those reminiscences of the past of people that were kicking you when you were down, so you kind of are defensive and whatnot. But yeah, it is. Some Snap-on guys were nice, llama. I'm not gonna lie. It's just all tool dealers in general have different personalities. I've seen it every which way. But
I'm sure you get crazy guys too that are like just want to feed you, political stuff too. I got one in town.
Yeah, they get stuck on that. It's not.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I'm actually in my personal life. I try to be as nice as I can be, as I know how to be as a person.
Right.
I fail daily at being nice all the time. But I try.
You did start out with praising Jesus and saying you were going to do nice stuff. So I will compliment you on that.
Wait, did you call Jesus crazy?
You never know. We never met the guy, so we don't know.
Right.
No, I did not say any of that. I don't know what you're saying, man. See, this is what I mean. You always do this. I don't know what you're saying, bro.
You said crazy pizza stuff.
I didn't say anything crazy. Did I
maybe see if you can drop the link for
I say something crazy?
spot?
It's hard. It's hard to be nice on YouTube because you if you say something that you tell people what you do. Like I do a lot of behind the scenes stuff. What's going on here? I do a lot of behind the scenes stuff that I really don't want to brag about, and that's what it's hard because if you say something, people will go, "Oh, he's just doing it for clout and doing it for YouTube and all this and that." And I really just. I hate, I can't, I'm kind of stuck. I've got a lot of things that I would like to talk about, but I feel like if I do, then it sounds like I'm just building myself up.
That's kind of leading us to a debate that Ed and I had earlier today and talking about yourself, building yourself up. And we had a debate, a friendly debate, as friendly as Ed and I get. I don't think we'll be exchanging Christmas cards, but
I don't celebrate, but I would I'd get you a little something. I don't hate you. I don't dislike you. Don't put it there. There's nothing.
It's not like your hate for me, right, Ed?
No, I got no issue with you, CP. I got no issue with nobody.
I'm just giving you a hard time. It's
no. So we were talking about how to best build our channel, right? And I thought, collaborate with others, bring bigger channels into these live streams, and maybe do some stuff on the side with them. Collaborate would be a good way to do that. And Ed said, "Well, you need to grow a channel." Well, Ed, you better explain it because if I explain it, you go, "That's not what I said. You're putting words in my mouth." So you explain it.
No, I was saying that it's a better choice to grow organically because it's fine to get big channels to come on your streams. It's fine to get shout outs by channels. It's fine to get those things, but sometimes you will get a big bump on views and even subs, but they're not really there for you. They're there because you got shouted out, and you will lose a large percentage of them. They run. If you grow up organically, it becomes the Roberts community, not the Tool community. You need to grow your community so that tomorrow when the storm comes, when winter comes, because it'll come with the content, winter's gonna come. Those people are loyal to you. They like you. And as far as good examples go, CP is a great example of that. And I'm not trying to charm nobody here. He is a great example of this. CP has the CP community that he's not growing to like 300K like overnight, but his people are so loyal. He puts up a video and he gets 1,000 views in like the first hour, right? From his subs. So this is what I was trying to explain in text. There's a lot lost. There's a lot misunderstood, but this is what I'm trying. I have no issue. You want to bring on the Bear, Man Caver, whoever you want on these streams, go for it, brother. But that in the long run doesn't necessarily help your channel for good growth. Organic growth is better. That's my opinion.
Yeah, you're 100% correct, Ed, because you know what? When I first started out, I got that first shout out from Justin Sturgill Trucking, and about 50% of those guys watched my channel and 50% didn't. I was like, why do I have 500 subs and I'm only getting 50 views? And then I decided from that time forth that I wasn't going to ever look for anybody to shout out my channel, and that I was going to do it all on my own. And that meant buckling down and doing videos. And that meant buckling down and doing videos religiously and setting a time and committing. That's all it is. It's like a marriage. Once you get into this, it's like a marriage. Man Caver Tools. That's definitely one. Prompt other tool channels when asking nothing in return.
Yeah,
I've actually given out. I've sent stuff to different channels, and then asked them not to say anything. Besides the fact Torque Test channel gave me a shout out for using my tool, which that was something they were going to do anyways. But their channel aligns with a little bit of what I do. So that's the other thing is making sure that you're getting the right people into your content. That makes a huge difference too, because Obviously, if I went to Mr. Beast and tried to get a shout out from him, that's not going to benefit my channel anyway, anyhow. That's Mr. Beast or Dude Perfect are not going to get those people that are watching that content religiously are not my people.
Right.
So,
and I never said go outside of your niche. None of that. I said, if you look at this as a way of growing your business, because that's, to me, that's what this becomes. If you look at your YouTube channel as a business, the best way to doing that is to seek advice from other people that have been doing it longer, find out what they do well, figure out what they don't do well, and improve on that, and grow that way. But when you're working with them, when you're talking to them, I never ask for anything in return. CP, I've asked you to be on the show. Have I ever once asked you?
No. I understand that. I guess I thought we were just speaking generally.
Yeah, I'm just giving my example right now, right? So I never ask for anything in return. I don't want anything. I don't want anybody to give me anything. I want to work for it because it makes the victory that much better.
Right. Yeah. Oh yeah,
so,
dude. It is a great journey.
Yeah. I want to work with the other channels because I want to know what they know. There's a lot about YouTube that I don't understand. And
that is true. It's always a learning process.
Yeah, but I want to work with them.
Yeah. I've discovered I learn every day. And in fact, I feel very happy to learn every day, honestly, because there's nothing that you're going to gain more wealth on than learning, honestly, especially from making mistakes or doing things. Man, I'm fortunate that I didn't go and get a bunch of shout outs to get where I'm at, because honestly, if I would have been that guy right now, I think my channel would have been failing.
Look at Brandon's channel.
I don't want shout outs. I want people to come here. I want people to talk so that I can learn from them directly, not through text, not through Messenger, none of that shit. I want to talk to them directly. I want to know what they know so I can learn and become better.
Absolutely.
Again, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I was making the point of I choose to, I would much rather happen what happened last time, right? We had this chat all together, and Man Caver shouted you out. You didn't even know he did it, right? You didn't know, no, you didn't ask for it, and you didn't even know he was going to do it. He just actually put it there and did that. And that's organic growth. That means he's watching your YouTube channel. That means he's engaged. And that's the kind of movement that I personally like much better than if I go and ask, like I think Justin Dow is probably the only person I could probably ask that's bigger than, like, at that height that I can ask to say, hey, can you come on here, right? I don't know. I don't even know if he would come on.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at the
yeah. So I don't know. I don't know if he would come or not come, but getting that, to me, it would be much more important that I did such a good job on whatever stream or video I did that I got that kind of recognition, and even get him to say, hey, can I come on to your show? That right there, that to me is much more valuable than me reaching out saying, hey, can you come on? Can you come on? That is again, this is my opinion, my experience, what I've gone through.
But see, the reason I want other channels to come here, the other creators or content creators or whatever you want to call them, I just call them tool guys. The reason I want them to come here is because, one, for my own greedy selfishness, it does bring more people to the table. It brings more eyes to the product, right? I still have the responsibility then, after they're here, of giving them a reason to stay, to learn what I'm about or what we're all about. And I in the general term, not I as in me, the person, right? We all have a responsibility of giving people a reason to stay, to come back, to view our content, to say, okay, I like this guy. I am not the individual. I am not everyone's cup of tea. I'll be honest with you. I have very strong opinions, very strong feelings, and those feelings do offend. But anybody that has strong opinions and strong feelings, they run the risk of offending. There is absolutely nothing wrong with offending people, because offending them means that you made them think. If you make someone think during the course of the day, you have done a good deed in life.
Well,
so,
you're 100% right. That's definitely a good point. Like getting people passionate by getting them to disagree with you or something like that, you're definitely open them up to the possibilities of finding something deeper, rooted.
yeah.
And it's caused with tools. Like, I mean, the thing is it's us against corporate America. That's the bad part. I mean, that's the ultimate thing is we're trying to get to the bottom nuts and bolts of everything. And like, I think it's pretty safe to say that, when we're looking at tools, we always find out the same thing. We may disagree on red, yellow, green, whatever, but certain tools are better suited for certain jobs.
Yeah.
Like I'm not a carpenter or whatnot like that, but I know that the reason why I've gravitated to my DeWalt stuff is through Mac Tools and Snap-on. That stuff is built for mechanic stuff. It's proprietarily built for there. So is that the same stuff that's going to be good for woodworking or doing stuff? No, hell no. And when people and it's a much smaller market too. I mean, I'm literally a thimble on the big scheme of things and tools in the industry. Like mechanics are dying. They're it's a lost art right now. Much like any trade is. So and everybody that is around probably that's sticking in the trade right now probably has a lot of time in the trade and they're probably passionate about the tools they're using. They probably have some time behind them. And no disrespect to some channels that do stuff, but like versus Torque Test, and obviously I said about Project Farm. Project Farm shows extreme conditions on tools, and that doesn't mean that that's necessarily right. And I think people look at that as being the end all be all, but the reality of it is if you open your mind up and think about it, like I've always used the pliers video that he did. Who's putting 500 foot-pounds of force on a pair of channel locks?
Right.
Like, what are you guys, Incredible Hulk? You guys got spinach in your pocket? Like, what's going on here? I mean, like, you're not going to see that kind of abuse done on a tool in one shot. Maybe long term it might, but you're going to have to show wear and stress and so does that video actually give a concrete evidence to it? No, but it is fun to watch and it's entertaining, but it's still subjective. And I said that about his ratchet video, and that's why I said I like the Snap-on ratchet. A lot of people, there's about 15% of the people took it out of context, and that's how you can tell the people that aren't thinking. They're just generally blanketing and following blindly, without like I don't hate Project Farm for what he did. In my video, I actually gave him praise, and I said he's still one of my favorite YouTubers to watch. Right. But the fact of the matter is I'm not going to sit there and say everything he did was correct when I know that I use a tool every day and I've never had those issues that he's claiming makes that a less inferior tool.
Yeah, well, I don't know that he's saying, and I'm not going to defend Project Farm because he doesn't need me to defend him. He's successful because of what he does.
Right.
So, what I want or what I think he does is very good. But he is not looking at long term. He's literally testing something for a few minutes, 20-minute video on average. We all know that it takes longer to put a video together than that.
Oh man, he puts like years into some of his videos.
Yeah, but he's testing them not as a professional is using them every day. He's not putting them through that daily abuse, just like you're saying. But he is also saying that maybe the metals that go into one will make the metals or the alloys or whatever that go into one product do make it better long term in his eyes.
Right.
And he is a value-based channel, so he talks about the price of tools and which gives you the best value. Which, me being a value tool channel, I really do identify with that.
Right.
So what I see as far as YouTube, sorry if I cut you off. When I'm watching YouTube videos, what interests me is information. So like if I'm watching Project Farm videos, he's getting into like how a tool performs, and he doesn't really say this is better than this. He's giving you options, and he's doing like a breakdown scientifically breaking things down and giving you all these choices. Then you got guys like Ave, where he tears the tool apart, looks at the guts, tells you this is garbage, this is good. That's where I saw like actual like USA versions of this compared to a Japanese version of that is a huge difference, and that's quality versus. I mean, they both do the same job, right? But the quality of like how the internals are is going to be a little different than another tool. And then you watch like Joe the Tool Guy, where he's just actually using the tool and destroying things, and he's putting them to the test, and he's like, he's so there's different types of entertainment. You can't go, okay, well, this channel is better than this channel.
No one said better.
But then
we need to stop as men, as people on this. We need to stop saying better, worse. It's
right.
preference. Everyone has their own personal prejudices when it comes to what they enjoy in their life. It doesn't make one better or worse. It just makes it better for you. And that's what we need to view it as. It's what's best for you, the individual. We only give information, right?
Yeah,
yes.
Exactly.
I will say I back her up on this. Mastering Mayhem is actually my favorite channel.
Well, that's how we met.
Yeah, and it is my favorite channel because of how good Marius and Ira are together and how they treat their family and the godlike life that they live that I could only hope to aspire to.
I'm gonna, I hope I don't light any fires here, but I'm gonna disagree with D-Tran.
Don't start off with that, Ed.
I'm gonna disagree with D-Tran. I can't stand the infotainment comment because it's all entertainment, and the only sin on YouTube is not being entertaining. That's it. I don't care what you do. I don't care what you say about the tool. I don't care if you think you're right, wrong, because it's all opinion. Very few people are going to the scientific level, and even Project Farm, as hard as he tries to go to the scientific level, he can't. He can't, because to do it right, he'd have to buy 100 of those same tools and test them under the same humidity, the same oxygen level, the same situation over and over and over and over and over until he can say scientifically this is right, this is wrong. He's given his opinion by the tests that he has performed, which are pseudoscientific. There's some science in there, but there's pseudoscience. It all comes down to opinion. He's giving you the best he has from his tests, and we're all doing that. Every one of us is doing that. What it doesn't take into account is like how I believe, like ergonomics are much more important to me than this or that, right? Like I see a lot of, and we've all fed into it, guys. We've all fed into it. When you see guys with 2 drills going into wood like this, we've all fed into it. We watch those videos. We like those videos. We're doing those videos. I haven't done it, but we have done them, right?
Not me.
Well, I've broken ratchets. I've broken ratchets, so we've done them. I'm including myself in there. We're feeding into that because that's a pseudoscience. So we've agreed that test in our eyes is as important as they're making it seem.
I quite frankly find it that if somebody comes to one channel and they disagree with opinion, that's okay. If you're disrespectful about it, then I find that to be not okay. And then I think if you're only watching one video and you're basing everything off that one video, you're not watching enough videos. Because quite frankly, I think I look at about 4 or 5. If I'm looking at a new tool, honestly, for myself, when this is how the 7 years that I've been watching YouTube before I decided to start making YouTube, I probably watch, I can guarantee you when I pull up a list, I literally, so let's say I type in, let's see, what's the latest thing I typed in? DeWalt, my DeWalt, when I started looking up this DeWalt, when I wanted to buy this DeWalt, made my deal. I looked this up and I watched probably approximately 5 different videos. And I found information out of each one of those videos that led me to my decision. So I think, and not a single one of them did I say, oh, your opinion sucked. Your opinion sucked. I used all of the opinions because you know what? I don't think it's not a single person, even Project Farm, will even be able to put out information that somebody else might not be able to pick up. And that's what I try to do. I try to be that guy that is at the tail end. I'm the guy that's I'm the last resort. That's what I like to think of myself. on YouTube is I'm the last resort. If I'm that fifth video that you're going to watch, and I'm going to give you my opinion based on what experience I used, what I've seen, and try to give you the details that I didn't see anybody else give you. Right. If I've seen it, if they've done a video, and that's all I try to do. That's exactly where I land out at the end of the day.
And I appreciate where you're coming from. I really do. But I also think that there are a ton of people that are in this community that they have purchased a tool already, and then they search for videos that justify their purchase.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So they're out there, and if you like, and I know, because Makita is certainly sold more than Rigid. There you go. I said it. Makita certainly sold more than Rigid. But if I do a video where a Rigid beats a Makita, and I do real world testing, I don't do stuff that you're not actually going to do with the tool. Mm-hmm. If I do that video and the Rigid beats it, I can guarantee you my comment section is flooded with people going, "Oh my God, you didn't use this. You were supposed to use that one. This isn't what you would do." But it's all because they're trying to justify their purchase.
Right. Exactly.
The information out.
I have to say something about what you just said, Robert. I agree with you. Also, YouTube takes the stuff you watch and they make like a chart, and they go, okay, this person's gonna watch this video and they're gonna continue feeding that same type of stuff to you. So you have to be careful. Like, I block my history there. I don't put anything up, so I don't have it like reminders of, I used to watch gun shows, and next thing you know, like, hey, there's a new YouTuber like this in the tool community. Now it's like, hey, there's a new tool community. And then like if you start doing DeWalt searches, next thing you know, you're getting like 50,000 different DeWalt videos. So that's a tough one to say, like, if you're gonna follow something, you're gonna keep looking for it because YouTube's gonna feed it to you. So that's all I want to say.
No, and you're 100% right. You are 100% right. It does do that. And my search history, I keep it, but I literally don't scroll through all the videos like the recommended, like the homepage. I go to the subscriptions tab and I look for people that I've already subscribed to. And at the end of their videos, I then look and see if there's a new person. That's how I got turned on to Mo Work. That's how I got turned on to Tools and Tactics. TC Kid Solo, who was my first subscriber, was different, but for the most part, my subscriptions and what I watch on YouTube are based on the channels that I watch and finding new people that way. I'm not searching just for tools. I literally, in the search bar thing, I'm literally not typing in there unless I'm looking for something to insult somebody with.
I find it tough to watch too many of the. I have way too many videos to watch, so I find it really tough to stay on top with everybody because everybody's putting out videos all the time. In the end, I think when I want to look for a tool or do research, I look for a guy or lady or whatever that is doing the similar work that I'm doing, and if they're using a specific tool the way I use it or like it, then it makes sense to me. Then their opinion means a little more to me because you're doing the same job that I do. You're running into the same problems I'm running into, and it makes sense. So that's when I am like, but I will say, Robert, you're absolutely right. There's a lot of people that want to justify their purchase in their head, and need that pat in the back sometimes from a video.
There's a lot of people that just want to voice their opinion and waste your time too. I mean, I would say that at least 10% of the people that come to my channel just want to be because they have a certain tool preference, or for instance, they're a Snap-on hater, or they're a DeWalt hater, a Milwaukee hater, and I pretty much troll all of them. If you haven't watched my channel long enough, you would understand. I literally mess with everybody all the way around because I like to do that because it's just, it's like you're taking shit too seriously. That's the way I look at it. I mean, none of these companies are going to pay me, and even if they did, I probably wouldn't accept the money because I do like the theory of what Project Farm does, and honestly don't see anything wrong with taking some tools every once in a while to show stuff, because I mean, I spend a lot more money on tools than anybody I know of on YouTube. I mean, I've spent well over the $20,000 mark, probably last year and this year. First 2 years I've been on YouTube, and so that basically means that even if I hit like 40,000 subscribers, it'd probably still take me 5 more years to recoup my money. So I'm going to be in the hole. But I mean, it's all a tax write-off for me. So at the end of the day, that's basically what it is. It's kind of a wash.
That brings me to something we were talking about before, right? When we were saying YouTube as a business.
Yeah.
I don't see the black line. All I see is red. And CP just kind of talked about how he's in the red, even though he's making some money. Now, a certain amount of views, I could kind of roughly have a rough idea of.
Wait, I'm not making money though. You just said I was making money.
Yeah, no. Yeah, let me finish my sentence. So I could roughly guess how much YouTube is paying you, but I don't know your expense, and your expense is
way above that.
Is way deep, and that's where making YouTube a career, or unless you start getting into those really, really high numbers, that's a tough call. So that's why I personally don't see YouTube as a business. I'm in the deep red. I don't care how much YouTube pays me. I'm in the deep red right now.
Yeah, for me, it's all about me getting my shop going and getting my business going. And quite frankly, YouTube is just something that I do as a hobby on the side. Like, people think I spend a lot of time on YouTube, and I'll be honest with you, I sit down and I make a video, and like I crank out 4 of them a week, and that's it. And I'd probably spend, but I mean, I do put some time into answering questions and talking to people, but I mean, I figure that I've got at least 10 to 15 hours a week invested into that. So, I mean, if you figure what I make per hour, which I would say on average, I can easily make $50 an hour working on stuff. So I'm losing my ass by doing YouTube, because by the time I've bought tools and showed them, which I would have bought the tools whether I was on YouTube or not. That's the bottom line is because I'm, doing what I'm doing. At the end of the time, I'm losing my ass. That's all there is to it. I'm not making anything. $500-600 a month doesn't cut the mustard when you're spending $1,000 a month in tools.
Yeah.
And then you're putting 10 to 15 hours of your time into it. Do the math there. I mean, that's setting me back $1,500 a month.
Yeah. Well,
every month.
Most businesses, YouTube being a unique form of business, but most businesses, you're not making money right away.
No.
And if you're running a business and you're really running a business, you're not making money yourself for a long while you're doing it. And several years is a realistic possibility.
Right.
So
it's an investment.
Yeah. And YouTube and your time is also an investment. Doing this is an investment. And if you're not really making money, but they're giving you money to do this, then it's a part of the business that you need to cultivate and learn how to do better and grow, so that it becomes better, right? That's what we're talking about. Now, for me, I'll be honest with you, I had a company reach out to me and give me a drill that I am going to test out and do a complete review on, but it is it's going to be special because I am going to do it as some of the other YouTubers that frequently get free tools. And as long as it's free, which is also my favorite 4-letter F word, as long as it's free, they're going to give it a good review no matter what, because they want to get those floodgates open, which I appreciate. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to be that way, because if I don't like your tool, I'm going to tell you I don't like your tool. And if you don't want to use my footage, or as one company did, they sent me a cease and desist, and I told them where to stick it, and I offered to blow up their drill in the court just to prove to them that it's a piece of crap. So I don't. I'm going to spoof a tool review.
So I know the little I know about this subject, because I have decided never to do that myself. I do know somebody that did decide to move forward with reviewing a tool that was sent to them for free, and they were sent a contract before they were sent those tools. And that contract, it says right in there, you are not allowed to speak ill or bad of the company or the products. And this is, I'm not gonna name the company, but it is a. I'm sorry.
Then send it back. They obviously know that their product is inferior. I don't care who it is. It could be Milwaukee, it could be Flex, it could be Makita, it could be DeWalt, it could be Snap-on. I don't care. If they have to go to that extent, if that means that they feel that their tool is inferior, if they feel that their tool is inferior, it is.
Yeah. This is a company that makes a lot of different tools, and they were sent this contract. And when the person signed it, sent it back, and then I looked at it, I was like, bro, did you see that fine print? You see what it says? My jaw dropped. I'm like, I will never sign anything like that, because I want my content to be whatever I want it to be. I own my content. So if you were going to do, I should do this myself. So I'm going to start out there before I get questioned, like, are you doing it yourself? But if you're going to do YouTube as a business, I may suggest that you get your own website, your own email list, start posting all that. And if you're doing all that, great, because the problem is that YouTube today could say, you know what, bro, we don't like you no more. It shuts you off, and that's it. You're gone. All your money making, all the hard work, all your investments is gone, and you've got no way. You've got no way to talk to your subscribers. So start thinking about setting up your own website. Start linking your videos to it. Start putting a vlog on there, a blog, not vlog, blog, and then link your videos in there, because YouTube owns this. You don't really own it. You could say all you want. It's your channel. It's their channel.
No.
Yeah, if they want to shut down, there's no doubt about it. He's 100% right. I mean, how many TikTok people are literally was living off the dime of TikTok, and they're getting their channel shut down right and left, and then they're just fully freaking out. I just saw a guy the other day that had 500,000 subscribers, thought he was king dingaling, and his channel got snatched right in half. And the video was him dancing with an underage woman. I don't know how that works out, but there was no nakedness, no nudity, and they just shut him down. And I'm sure that he was probably making a couple $100 a month. I don't have as many subscribers, I don't have as many followers as him, but I can only imagine that if you have 500,000, you're probably making a couple $100 a month on TikTok. And so obviously that just killed, because he's probably not, he didn't look like he's quite a crafty person that probably had a steady job or anything like that, just based off of what he was doing. I'm assuming that he was just being a pretty boy on TikTok and screwing around. So now this guy has got nothing, and it just took his life away. Never put all your eggs into one basket. And it's such a hard thing for me to explain that to people. I've been getting ridiculed recently by a couple dudes on my channel because they're trying to say, this, that, and this and that. And I got to tell you, the things that I have planned in the future are not something that I'm going to talk about, because I'm going to do them, and they're going to be content. And I don't want, and some people want explanations, and those people can kiss my rusty sheriff's badge, as far as I'm concerned, because at the end of the day, what I do with my life, my money, has no bearing on what you need to know.
Right.
And there's so many people that are nosy about that, and they think they know what's going on, but they don't understand. Some people are just smart enough. They got a plan and a goal they're going to achieve. My goal doesn't involve YouTube being my sole source of income, and never will be. And if you look at people like Eric O, he does the same thing. If you look at a lot of these some of these channels, Diesel Creek, you look at a lot of these channels, that are doing and something, they are filming their lives and what they're doing, but they have investments all around them.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And those are the smartest YouTubers. And the ones that aren't are the ones that are sitting on their ass in front of a camera doing the same shit every day.
Oh, yeah.
And they're getting abused. I mean, Scotty Kilmer. I mean, that guy is freaking out, I think, because he started losing revenue. And, I know his channel took some hits on views. And unfortunately, that's a you problem, not a CP problem. Yeah. That's a you problem. If you're going to cry about that.
Honestly, that's every business. Every business, well, unless you're too big to fail, every business faces the same issues. At any moment, some bad thing can happen that causes you to be out of business. You know, if a person dies at your facility, then you're out of business. They're going to sue you. They're going to sue your insurance company. They're going to take you for everything you're worth, and then you're gone. You know, this is not as risky as that. YouTube is not as risky as that, but we all face, every business is pretty much the same. It's your approach to it. And if your approach is, I'm just going to concentrate on this one thing and I'm not going to diversify and I'm not going to add more and I'm not going to do more, then you're just planning on failing at some point. It's just whether you're going to take the slow road or the fast road.
Right.
Well, I suggest from a technology standpoint, you go get your you get that toolsandsouls.com set up if you don't have it already, and you set up your website, start linking your material to it, so that if you ever have to even go to a court case or even start downloading your videos after you've uploaded them, just keep your videos so that you can upload them to your own website one day.
So you're not stuck on YouTube.
Yep.
I didn't mean to. I don't want to interject because I don't want payday or. I didn't mean anybody in this chat. First of all, I wasn't inclining anybody in this chat or on this live stream. It does that. I was saying in general. So just to clear that, because I see a lot of people.
Well, you talk about the dancing CP?
No. Oh. Well, I think Payday was like he said that I'm always respectful. Payday's been on my channel a long time. I know he's cool, so I it's not him. He asked a respectful question, and the thing is, when people ask respectful questions about the channel, that's okay. I understand. Like, there's a certain level I'm willing to share. You know what I mean? Like, there's a certain, but when you start asking personal questions and start making financial, that are making financial inquiries. Yes. If you're trying to make financial inquiries about what I'm doing and how I'm spending my money and this and that, blah, 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 blah. That's none of your business. I don't know any Joe on the street that's going to say, hey, here's my bank statement. Check it out. Go ahead and run through me and give it a look-see. Tell me if it's okay. First of all, I don't know you. Second of all, I've heard a ton of people give bad financial advice on YouTube and investment advice. And quite frankly, I'm 43 years old, and all of this has all been done before. I mean, like, I'm not a young buck that just started doing this and showed up on YouTube. I know a ton of 16-year-olds on YouTube that are making a shit ton of money on YouTube. But this old fella right here has made everything around him on his own before I got to YouTube. And I still continue to do everything by these hands. And I'm not meaning these hands. I mean these hands. You know, my skill, my trade, and my brain, you know, and I have to rely on that every single day because I cannot rely on anything else, you know. But that is what it is. That's what it is.
No, I agree.
I was gonna say there's YouTube channels like I don't know if you guys ever heard of Rich Rebuilds. He's into the Teslas, and he was like, he was going into that, and then he got Tesla screwed him pretty much, and now he's going and fighting back the Tesla. And I'm sure, I don't know if he got paid, but he's always advertising like, hey, you know, you like Squarespace or something like that. He's always, you know, so I'm sure he's sponsored by a bunch of people. So I don't know how he survived, but he's doing really well. So
is that the guy is that the guy that was trying to put a gas engine in a Tesla? Because I know that he got shut down. He got shut down for a while, and he was like, people were making videos about him, like, why are you shutting him down? He didn't do anything wrong. He didn't violate any rules. You're just shutting him down because he's talking bad about a little company that you like. And
well, I think Tesla screwed him, and because he would buy salvaged Teslas and rebuild them, right? That was his, like, he's like, you don't have to buy $100,000 Model S. You can go and buy one that's been waterlogged
or something.
Waterlogged, and then the battery packs are still good, or motors are still good, or you could just, you know, part it out and get it together, and you would probably have one for like $50,000, $40,000. And then the whole thing behind Teslas, you can supercharge, right? So you could charge your car in like 20, 30 minutes and then go to the next, you know, 200, 300 miles, right? So Tesla found out about it. He spent, I think he had a friend, he spent like $20-something thousand to get his car supercharged after he bought a salvage one. And then like 6 months later, Tesla shut him down and said, you can't supercharge anymore. And it's like, you just spent $20,000 and you lost your money for that, and they're not backing you up.
Yeah,
so that's what caused him to okay, he's like, now he's bad mouthing Tesla, and he's putting down, he always makes fun of Elon, right? So that's a big company. That's like, you're going against a big dog now, and YouTube probably is like, hey, we're getting sponsored, whatever. So they probably shut him down. And then now he's like, he's resurrecting himself, and he's putting a gas engine in a Model S. That's like, people want to watch that kind of stuff. I don't know how he survived through that, but whatever he's doing right.
Yeah, all of this is the technology is moving way faster than human beings are ready for, and our laws are prepared for it. Because if you look at the U.S., right, our law, our agreed to law of freedom of the press and the freedom of our ability to speak, right, and say whatever we want, is now being controlled not by the Constitution, not by the government, not by our freedoms, but by corporations like Google, right? And all of a sudden, you're in a situation where you really can't say what you want to say, and you're like, wait a minute, what happened? I thought I had this freedom, but you don't, because you are boxed in to this corporation. And that's what happened to that Tesla guy. If it's the same guy, it's an African American dude, if I remember correctly, that I was watching, that was like putting a gas engine. I'm like, dude, you could do that in a car. I could buy a Model T today and put a V8 in it, couldn't I? I could buy a brand new Corvette, take the engine out, and put a 4-cylinder in it, right? It's my car. Why are we talking about a different situation here when it comes to Tesla? Oh, because Tesla is EPA and the government funded Tesla. Right? It's heavily subsidized. Tesla is heavily subsidized by the government.
Right.
So
just like diesels, DPF deletes and everything else. They're going to nail your ass to the wall on YouTube if you do that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
It's exactly the same thing. That's why they went after him. I mean, honestly, that's the thing about YouTube right now that people forget. Like, I've had people even tell me about, I'm on the fence about car repair videos, just because of the simple fact is that if I'm doing a car repair video, I can't afford an $18,000 kit, whereas somebody like South Main Auto, he can absorb probably an $18,000 fine when they see something on a car that's not factory or something like that. If the EPA wants to go after them, and people seem to somehow think that's just a phony baloney excuse for me to say that, but the reality of it is, there's guys on YouTube that have already been smoked by the EPA for that stuff, and I mean, like, I do VVT deletes on Chevys. They're a pretty common problem, and people are like, screw this, I don't want a VVT delete, which is not really messing with the emissions, but it's aftermarket device stuff, and I feel like if the EPA wanted to probably push the envelope, I don't have the money to fight them. I'm not a rich guy. I'm making X amount of money a month, and that's affording me to do what I'm doing. But that doesn't mean that I've got a bunch of money just laying around that I'm ready to just give it away, especially $18,000. That would wreck me. Like, if not only would it wouldn't necessarily shut down YouTube, because it doesn't cost me that much to make a video, but it would definitely hinder me keeping the lights on.
So the other thing to note too, just for all of you who are wondering about, and I'm just talking about YouTube as a business again, is super chats. They take 30%. Let's just be honest here. 30% of super chats. Number two, they don't take taxes. So at the end of the year, you got to pay the taxes on whatever you made on YouTube, deepening that red line. So yeah, you made some money, but you really spent way more, and you're in the red. So you haven't factored in the taxes yet. It gets a very precarious situation if you're doing it as a business. You got to be very careful now. Now, Robert, you're all in as a business. You got plans. You know what you're doing. For me, it's a hobby, and I haven't spent 1 cent that YouTube has sent me because I'm going to pay the taxes on it. But I have spent a lot of money of my own to just even do half the things that I've done. And it's okay. It's a hobby for me at this moment. If it ever becomes a deep business where I have to really put those in together, I don't know what I'm going to do, man. I consider it a good advertising forum for a business.
Okay. You get no argument. It's your channel. You do what you want with it. For me, being a retired guy and having some time on my hands, and some of the other issues that I have, this gives me an avenue to focus some of my creative efforts, and in doing that, to see where, yeah, I can actually make a little bit of money, which I've never turned down making money except for the ways that Pedram has made it. But I have never turned down a way of making money. If I can make money doing something, I will. But and it's not all greed, because as I've said here and I've shown in the past, I love giving back. I love being able to go out and get things for people. When I was on Mastering Mayhem and D-Tran had gifted me his win there, I did not accept the tool for myself. I literally told Marius and Ira, find someone in your church, a young person that's just starting out, give them this tool set to help them start out. But don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to glorify myself. I am just saying that I can make money, and the more money I can make here means the more I can give back in other places. The more I can reach out and help people, the more I can do for them. So yes, this is a business for me, but it's a business that's a run through. It's going to go from me to someone else.
It's somebody said, I don't remember whose video I was watching. That somebody said the other day, they said, you know what, this is kind of a thing for me that's for my sanity. It just kind of helps give me a little boost through my day to make a video that you guys enjoy, and it's always humbling. And I think there's a lot of truth to that, because it is kind of addicting, especially when you get some gratification out of a video. Obviously, everybody wants to get that video that gets 100,000 views or 200,000, a million, whatever. And I think that's the challenge and the fun of it, is trying to find something that's really going to stoke somebody's interest or pique some people's interest. And that's the real aspect of everything on YouTube, whatnot. It's just kind of fun, but to do that. So I can't blame them. I can't fault anybody for doing it. Whether or not you're good at it, that all reflects on your channel. I mean, like, I've heard a lot of people complain and say, oh man, I can't get no views. Well, there's something either wrong with you or what you're doing. And unfortunately, nobody can fix that but you. That's right. The other problem is.
But the thing is, I know for me, like, I cannot look at my channel objectively and say, here's what I'm doing wrong.
Right.
I have to seek the advice of other people. And I don't seek the advice of people that aren't doing it. That would not make sense. I seek the advice from people that have been doing it longer, that are much more successful than me. So yes, I want that mentorship type relationship with those people. See, look, Man Caver, he'll spend the money on those tools so people don't have to. And that's a good philosophy. But for me, I want to reach out to those bigger channels. I want to know what they know. I said it earlier. I'm saying it again. I want to know what they know, because I want to give back more in the long run. I don't do any of this for me. I was perfectly happy for 2 years in my garage doing the same tests or many of the same tests that I do on my channel now, without a camera on, without anybody filming it, because it was just my enjoyment. And it wasn't until my wife said to me, hey, maybe other people should see what you do, that I said, all right. And I need a lot. I've got a long way to go to improve it, to make it better, but it gets better every day.
Who cannot agree with what Man Caver? I will agree with Man Caver, but I spend the money. The only thing is, I spend the money on tools because I'm CP the tool addict, and I just want the tools. I don't even care. I mean, I do care. Like, people want to see them, and I can talk about them. But honestly, my favorite thing is I just love tools. That's all there is to it. At the end of the day, like, it's just a win-win for me. Every time I get something new, I'm excited to show it. I mean, I'm not as excited to show this because it's been out there, but I'm excited to show other little stupid things, and talk about little. Sometimes the worst sometimes the videos that don't get any views for me are the videos I'm most excited about, and I don't even care because there'll be like 10 people will be like, "Oh man, that's cool! I never seen that before," and they don't. In point in case, so as I did my Cornwall tool cart tour, and I was showing a block off plug kit, and I've talked about this thing in the past so many times, and I was like, man, this is gonna be dumb. You're gonna do this, but I'm so excited about it because this is always the one that seems like I always get people in every time that'll say, man, and I had like 15 people, and they're like, yep, I ordered that right away, $40, hell yeah, that's a good deal.
Dude, is that the one that I was asking you about?
Yeah, was it the Lyle one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's on my watch list on my eBay account.
Yeah, for $40, dude, what a banger! And like it was like, there was like there was like a bunch of people that was interested, but it wasn't a huge video. It isn't a huge video, but the people that did help and the people that did watch it, like it's not something that attracts views. And I've even had bigger YouTubers go, this ain't no joke. A lot of YouTubers will chase that view for that bigger stuff. Like this is gonna get. Maybe not, but when it came out last year, it was getting big views. Is it going to get big views when I do it? No, probably not. But I was just a tool I needed and wanted. But that Lyle kit, that Lyle block off plug kit, that didn't get big views. It should because a lot of people don't know about it, but it helped out a bunch of people. And at the end of the day, people that know that Snap-on, it was made by Snap-on, Lyle made it for Mac, Snap-on, Matco. They make it for everybody. And it was a $40 kit. Like how dirt cheap is that? You know?
Yeah, that was. I mean, I work on cars just like you do, but not as crazy. But I do my own projects at home, and I've gone to where I crack open a brake line, and like I told you, I had to put a glove and I duct electrical tape around it just to hold it, and I come back and it's all swollen. And I don't know if any of you guys have that issue, but that tool would be such a good handy tool to have for $40. It's not a bad deal at all.
No, exactly. It's affordable for everybody. And I got to tell you, when I was a Mac tool salesman, for those of you guys that don't know, the reason why I was a king of what I did and why I became so good, and I'm going to brag about it because I was number 3 at 25 years old. I was number 3 distributor in the world for Mac tools, and I sold more tools, and people were like, how is he doing it? How is he doing it? I had 750 customers, but what I was doing every week was so simple, stupid, because I wasn't afraid to put in a little extra effort, and selling those $40 tools, $20 tools that people need, that people thought you couldn't. Like that tool right there was one of those tools where I picked up and carried it into the shops when I went and was like, hey guys, check this out. Been around for years. Nothing new, but you have changing new text and some old text that didn't see it, and just wipe the floor. And they were like, "How are you selling these? They've been in our inventory. They're not even our best seller." And you're just like, and I'm like, because people overlook that stuff. They overlook things that have been sitting around for a long time if it's not new. And then they're like, wow. So like, it's not all about the new tools. And there's a lot of people that chase the views for those new tools and chase let's get the latest and greatest. Well, a lot of my channel, honestly, has been built off of tools that have been around for a long time that people have forgot about.
Yeah.
And forgot about where, like good USA made stuff that's nobody thinks about or talks about,
Yeah, you can't beat that.
And I agree with, and one of the reasons why I feature Rigid so much is because a lot of YouTube has forgotten about or don't talk about YouTube or about Rigid on YouTube. And like I said, for me, best value, so I use them, and I've used them professionally to get the job done. So I know they can make me money, but that it is because so many just ignore it. And whether you like the brand or you don't, it doesn't matter to me. It's just a tool to me. It's just something to put in my hand and get the job done. But it is also a way for me to stand out because no one else on YouTube is nearly as rigid heavy on their content as I am. And if I could do that with Milwaukee, I would. If I could do that with any other brand, I would. But Rigid is also the platform for me that has allowed me to get eyes on my channel.
Right. I will praise that, and I will say that you hit the nail on the head. Why I stand up for Makita a little bit as well, because Makita is another one that doesn't get the views compared to DeWalt and Milwaukee. Much more than Rigid, absolutely much more than Rigid. I'm not going to say that. Rigid is absolutely an unsung hero. I think Cobalt. Gets more views. Gets more views than Rigid.
What's that guy that's Dewey does it? Dewey does it.
Dewey did it.
Dewey did it. He hasn't been around much, but he did. He was hardcore on Cobalt. I was kind of sad to see him not making much stuff anymore, because he really Cobalt's one that's another unsung hero that doesn't get a lot of attention. And they're a really good tool, But
I think he changed his channel a couple of times. I think he got his personal business, whatever he was trying to do, got sponsored by can't remember the oil company. Something that one of the companies that makes oil. Yeah, Amsil or something like that.
Amsoil,
yeah. He got a little sponsored by them. He tried to change for them, and then now he's got a different business, so he tried to change for them. He's moved his channel a little bit around, and I actually told him, man, I'm really sad to hear that you are not that Cobalt like cheerleader, because you are hardcore on Cobalt, and that's Cobalt needed that. There's a lot of people who say they like Cobalt and they own Cobalt and they'll have a few tools, but this guy had his whole garage like all blue.
Look like man caver tools.
Yeah.
The one that surprised me it's just a view killer, and it shouldn't be because they're phenomenal tools. Metabo HPT. If you've used them, if you've tried them, they're great tools. They're on par with some of the bigger names, but you throw them on your channel and it's just a view killer. It sucks because most people, most homeowners especially, could benefit from knowing about those tools because they're priced right and they're professional grade. They really are.
Yeah. Mancaver's got it right. He's saying right here, when it comes to tool brands that get views, it's more about the store. People watch more Home Depot tools than they do for Lowe's tools, for instance. Yeah, you could see that. Like I did the Black Friday tools that I'm going to buy for Black Friday, and it got quite a bit of views for the Home Depot. It got less views for Lowe's and Menards. Man, it didn't even hit 1,000. It was like it's low to nothing.
It's funny. It's funny about that. Like I did notice the Black Friday Home Depot Lowe's type. Like there were thousands of videos coming out, and I didn't mean to cut you off, Ed.
No, go ahead. Keep going.
No, the worst for Black Friday ever. The title of this video. I still have yet to see anything that's really triggered my trigger for anything Black Friday. Like I watched a few of the videos. I'm not gonna lie. Like I watched a few of the videos, and I'm like, like, do I care? No. Cyber Monday is still not that exciting. Went through and searched their Amazon. There'll be a punch. There's probably 1,000 of those already been put up today for Cyber Monday, man. I mean, granted, if you're going to get the views for it, that's all cool. But I don't know. I guess real tool enthusiasts are just not getting excited, in my opinion.
No.
The real true enthusiast.
Well,
the deals aren't there either.
No, not at all.
Like, unlike in years past, we have this incredible platform that we're on right now, this YouTube platform, where people can go back and they can see what the deals were the prior year and have the same person talking about them. And when you can go back and you can look and say, well, last year, just because I am that guy, the rigid pack out system that they have, well, it was the 3 boxes for $99, and then they threw in the organizer box for free. And that's not the case this year. Now it's $120 for just the 4 boxes.
You need to highlight Howie's
sideways there, buddy.
You need to highlight Howie's comment there. That's the most accurate comment for Black Friday.
The one that says Brown Friday. That was a great comment. Yeah, that was a fantastic comment. That is legit.
I'll go find it.
Yeah, I was watching Suburban Beard's video from the first minute he gets in his car, heads to the store. I'm like, all right, let's see what's out there. And he already, did the research and said there's really nothing, but let's go see what's out there. I watched for 5 hours. I didn't sleep at all, but I stayed and watched the whole thing. And then nothing. He went to Walmart. He went to Lowe's, Home Depot. Went to, I think he was going to head to Target. Went to Costco. And then Joe and Mary's popped on, and they're over there on Home Depot together. I mean, it was the same deals we walked into 3 weeks ago. It's literally the exact, like, this is your Black Friday. You're advertising for Black Friday, but it was yet like a month ago. It was the same deal. Yeah. Even some prices went up.
Yep.
So that you can't say you having a Black Friday sale and then advertise the same price you had 3 days ago, 4 days ago.
So with that being said, some of stores like Home Depot did say, we're not really going to have a Black Friday sale. We're going to start November 1st putting the stuff out for Black Friday. We're not going to have big old door busting deals where people are knocking each other out. And the second reason why I think they did that was not well, I should say the first reason is because of the illness that's happening. And number three, the third reason is there wasn't a lot of tools to be had because of the whole ships out there in the harbor that can't bring in the stuff. All the there wasn't enough stuff, and prices are high right now. Inflation just changed, so the market is become like this whole other market, and nobody was ready for it for Black Friday. Even you see this even in the technology sales, they're not there. Nothing's there. It's all cheap stuff, junk that's on sale.
No, well, the thing is, and I'm going to blame some of this on consumers. So this is maybe not going to be a popular opinion here, but I'm going to blame this on consumers because last year, all of the big box stores had their most profitable year ever when it was supposed to be the worst. Like we were supposed to go and have a mental breakdown as a country. Yes. And the businesses saw that. So they knew that even if they didn't offer great deals this year, it didn't really matter. People were going to come in. And I can say, I spoke to a Milwaukee rep. Did CP fall out?
I think he did.
All right. I was speaking to a Milwaukee rep over the weekend. Oh, he's back. Hold on. Let me get Sweet Pea back here.
Sweet Pea?
Technical difficulties. I had to switch to Sweet Pea. Yeah.
It's all good, Sweet Pea. Anyway.
Sweet Pea the tool.
Got his name on here.
You didn't know.
Anyway, so Milwaukee in independent, it wasn't even independent, it was Lee Summit, Missouri, which is not a huge community. But this man sold like $500,000 in Milwaukee tools this weekend alone because people were so hard up for deals. Like, and they're just out there buying it. It doesn't really matter. So the businesses see that. The deals don't have to be adjusted. They don't have to make it great. But I did end up picking up a 4K projector for $40.
Did you? I don't know. I didn't catch everything, but did you address why everything was so crappy?
Kind of. He was saying because of the shipping, but that that should not be an excuse. If a store is advertising for Black Friday, drop the price another $20. They didn't even do that.
Yeah, but the thing about it is inventory retention is the reason why. Because if they dropped the price on everything, and trust me, guys, I'm gonna say this because I got a video coming up about this that's gonna hopefully be a little bit informational. But I'll tell you this: I may be ahead of the curve once again in my life, and I feel really good about this, but I've been stocking up. In fact, when people have been complaining about me buying tools and talking about me, and like when I said I spent $20,000 on tools, there's been a reason why for this. Since the first day I heard about COVID hitting, I immediately defaulted to 2008.
Yep.
And I started buying, spending every dime I have on stocking up on stuff. And I'm not talking like crazy prepper, because I already have like 150,000 rounds of ammo. So I don't need to worry about that.
Good for you.
Oh, yeah. I'll do you one better. I got 150,000 rolls of toilet.
Oh, there you go. Comparing his
waiting for you, buddy. Let's see which one of us gets wiped out first.
I don't have to trade for it when I got the ammo. That's like being I can get toilet paper anytime I want. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Smart with ammo.
But I mean, like, that's why I've been buying tools. But not only that, consumables of stuff to repair things and whatnot. I've been, and not only that, like gaskets. Like people have been like not even thinking about it, but I bought 13 rolls of gasket to make gaskets for anything because I've had problems finding getting gaskets for stuff lately, and I'm resorting back to stuff that I did when I was a kid now, and so I'm making my own gaskets. I bought gasket makers, cutters, and everything, and people were like, "Why are you buying this crap?" And I'm like, "Listen, if you're not paying attention, then you better get your ear to the track real quick." Right. Because I'm telling you, inventory retention, the reason why Black Friday isn't doing anything is because they don't have anything to sell and they don't want to wipe their stores clean.
Right.
And not only that, why are they going to give away products when they don't have to right now? They're in their court if you want to buy it.
Yeah, people are willing to pay more. That's the funny thing. Hi, Tammy. It's nice to have you here. But no, people are willing to buy things. That's why I said at the higher prices. That's why I said a part of this is on the consumer.
Right.
We are part of the problem.
Right.
If we just stop buying, even if it was for a day, if no one bought anything for a day, then corporate America would be like, they would hit the panic button, and then the prices would start to drop, or the economy would collapse.
Yep.
I know you guys aren't super techie, and but this is an insane story that I read in the news, and it is driving me nuts. So right now there's been a major graphics card shortage that everybody's been talking about, right? A lot of people haven't been fixing their computers, upgrading their computers because there's no graphics cards, because they say that first the excuse was that crypto miners were buying all the graphics cards up. Then they said it was because of the chip shortage. Well, there were numbers starting to state that the numbers were starting to even out, very much like wood, right? Like the wood was saying, hey, we're evening out. And what does a major graphics card producer do? Well, they suddenly make some things happen so that a layoff and a walkout due to strikes happen. And now, because of this, they can say, oh, we need to keep, there's not enough production now. There's still not enough production, keeping those high costs for graphics cards. So one graphics card costing about $600 to $800 is right now costing $2,500. And that is insane money. And people are like, you put one at a Best Buy and people are lining out the door and around the block for it. It's ridiculous, right? And now, and there's a need, but you're still working at keeping that price high. You ain't right. Now, I'm not going to name the company, but if you guys look for the news story, you'll see it, and you'll be scratching your heads as to why. Why would you do that when you know we're in need? Keep cost high.
Yeah, of course, because it's all about maximizing your profit. As a business owner, that's what you have to do. Because you have investors, you have people that you answer to. Even if you own the company, you have those people that you have to answer to, and you have to also set your business up for the future. So just because you can make something artificially low doesn't mean, or you can make it low, doesn't mean you should. Doesn't mean you should keep it artificially high either, but it is the way business is run. If people are willing to pay that much for your product, why would you sell it for less? It wouldn't make sense.
Well, and the other thing is no better time. Like I'll tell you what I would be doing if I was in an office job right now, maybe even insurance, because I don't even think that would be a job that'd be safe in my opinion. I would be getting my ass out of there and becoming a tradesman right now. I would get some kind of skill or get into it because honestly, like I just talked to my buddy yesterday, a good friend of mine, which I used to drive truck with at a company. He is now the regional safety director for a large corporation called XPO Logistics, and he runs all the safety. And so the government's actually passing in 2022 regulations for new drivers to start. Listen to this now: 120 hours mandatory before you can even take a test to get a CDL. So these corporate corporations that are trying to get new drivers in for semi-drivers. Now keep in mind, we're talking about the reason why the economy and the infrastructure is going to fail, because you're pinching off this. You're bottlenecking this resource to get products to these customers. Now the government decides in 2022 that it's going to be okay to
set forth these standards to restrict a driver to, or what I want to say here, I'm not good with these words, but they're gonna constrain a company that's trying to train the driver, and they want to get him in the truck and get him driving, which is 80,000 drivers short right now. Keep in mind, 80,000 drivers short. You're going to restrain them by adding 120 hours minimum training time before you can even take the test to get your CDL.
Well, you have to look at what's the end game in that one, right? Just like a lot of the things that our government gets involved with, they don't make a whole lot of sense to us because we're only looking at the front, the face of it. We're not looking deeper. If you go in deeper, having a diesel semi truck for some of the goals that our government wants to hit right now,
it's insane.
Right. They don't want it.
No.
When they can get an electric, self-driven, which is what they've talked about endlessly, and I don't agree with it. I don't know how far that stuff has gone, but they've talked about it. They don't want people in those jobs.
Right. But the tech ain't there. They don't have the tech for it. It's going to be, I always liken the government to looking at the short-term loss for the long-term gain. And if they can create a dependency class and eliminate a position that they don't feel should be around, they don't really care about the people that are affected. Well, you know where I think they want to put it at is they want to put everything on the trains. And that's what they're doing is they're forcing the trains because the trains were not putting out as much because they can't deliver as much. And I think that's exactly because the government gets all the money from the trains. I mean, they get rail system, and it's. I think it was been unutilized for the last 20 years a little bit. I might be off on that, but I know that the trains are just they're booking and hooking now, And so hey, if we kill the truckers, then we can put everything on the trains and we make the money.
Well, before we end this, and we're 3 hours long, and I thought maybe an hour and a half at most tonight.
See what happens when you invite Ed, the old tech guy?
I didn't invite you. You invited yourself. No. Just joking, buddy. Just joking. I had to do it, but no. Well, I want to recognize maybe some channels that haven't gotten the recognition they deserve. So if two things, if each of us can say what we were thankful for this year, and then recognize a channel that has not gotten the push that we think it should. Is that fair enough to everybody? Can we all do that?
I'm okay with that.
Ed?
I
think
No. I can. I'm just so thankful of so many things. I mean, I'm just, I'm blessed. I mean, I don't even know where to begin. Right. So, I have my health this year. I have my family. I really can't ask for more. Anything else is, it's just a plus. So, channel that doesn't get enough, recognition or should get more recognition. Man, I got a list, bro. I hang out with a lot of the small channels, but
here comes.
So one I would say is the Grimute channel. The guy that he does talk a lot of Harbor Freight, but he knows a lot better than that. He's actually a master plumber and a pretty darn good carpenter. He's really, really good. Grimute deserves more views. He's only got 600 subs. I would say Dale Lucid. What was that? What was that, CP?
Has he been making stuff?
I think he kind of slowed down because he got discouraged. Plus, he changed jobs. That kind of hurt his. But he just put out a video or two. I would say Dale Lucid doesn't get enough views, and I think he stopped doing videos too because he got discouraged with all the Harbor Freight stuff. And he is a Harbor Freight lover, though. And I would last but not least, and I hope if I'm stealing it, I'm really, really sorry. But I would say Parstroke Jude is an up and coming channel. He's working really, really hard. He's putting out a video every week for sure. And he's a mechanic, and if you like mechanic tool talk and mechanic stuff, he's somebody you should watch. So I gave you 3. Sorry, I had to hold back the list.
Or was it supposed to be 3?
It's supposed to be 1, and I got too many in my head to just do 1.
You know what? Hey, if it'll help these guys out, if it'll get them some recognition,
As many as you need, buddy. As many as you need. CP, who you got? What are you thankful for, and who should people go watch?
Oh man, I'm thankful for the fact that I'm pretty secure in what I've got financial security. I just got my house refinanced. And I feel like I'm in one of the best spots I've been in for a long time. So I don't know if that's selfish or not, but that's been a huge weight off my shoulder recently. Just getting my house refinanced and setting myself up for success. It's sometimes the hardest battle to do, but it's definitely the most gratifying, and I'm definitely thankful for that. As far as the channel goes, oh man, I don't even know that I can actually pick one because, like Ed, I have a lot of them, and I think Power Stroke Jude's doing a good job. I think his channel's going in the right direction, but so I'm not too concerned because I want to pick on a channel that should be at 1,000. And my buddy Wasted Talent Fabrication, I feel bad for him. 2 years of making content, like 300 videos, and he's only got like 600 subscribers, and he's putting out grade A content for like auto repair stuff and whatnot. And he's a great dude, military guy, doing, serving the country and doing all this stuff. But I don't know, he's gotten caught up in the algorithm. So that's one channel I can honestly say I don't understand why or how. That, like, you're talking about a guy that he's done his homework, done his due diligence, and deserves to be over 1,000. And he's 2 years in and still only 600 subscribers and like 300 videos. It's amazing. Blows my mind.
Pedram?
I actually want to thank everybody here on this chat. Everybody, you guys up there, and even the little people down below here, because I wouldn't be where I'm at. I'm actually getting more subscribers every day. I'm not even trying really on my channel. I just put out a little bit of content, and I do projects on the side at home. I'm always recording and taking pictures. I just don't have enough time and the skill to get it onto YouTube to promote myself. Thank you, Llama. And I mean, there's a lot of guys over here that are always supporting. This whole tool community has been the best, and I appreciate everything about it. So I appreciate that. I mean, CP's over here. He's always, nice to me. Ed up above me, he's been pretty cool. Robert, I mean, we have our moments. But you bring me up. You brought me on the channel here, and everybody gets to see, the real us, and that's pretty cool. I like to be able to conversate with people. I feel like I have a good personality with people to chat with them, and it's entertaining. Look, we did a 5-hour stream last night at Mastering Mayhem.
Yeah.
And always something heartfelt and genuine.
Yeah, and I think I did one of your guys, CP. What's his name? Kyle. K. Yeah, that guy. I've been watching his stuff, and I didn't know he climbs trees. I've been putting up, and I've seen him on my Instagram, and I was like, oh wow, that's pretty crazy. I'm always finding like new things about everybody. It's like, wow, I didn't know these guys existed on there. So
yeah, K.E. Built It's kind of an eccentric little fella that's always surprises you with something good and informational. He's kind of one of those deals. He's a loose cannon, but he'll wear you out with his dragging things out and fiddling around and whatnot. But he's a clever guy, and he's kind of an underappreciated channel. He's hard to rein in. I don't know how you put it.
Yeah, he's a little bit on the slow side, which is fine. Everybody has their own pace. I mean, I take forever to explain things too. I mean, I try to find words sometimes, and
right.
But I can't say I have one channel overall that I want to support. But recently, I would say Robert from Tools and Tactics. He's been pretty cool. Like, his channel is actually pretty entertaining, and he's a little bit under me. I think he's got 260 subs, somewhere around there. I don't know if you want to drop a link for him on there. I can't do it on mine, but I don't know how you guys know.
In my community page, I linked one of his videos in my community page, so anybody can go there and check it out. So I appreciate you all for doing that, because it's important that we recognize that it's not about us, really. It's about the people that watch and making sure that we appreciate them. And then the other people that are doing what we do, knowing that we see them, that we support them, that we're going to be here for them for the long term, not just one shout out or whatever. Because if that's all we were supposed to do, if that's all we wanted to do, we'd be fairly poor human beings. So for me, what I am thankful for is this community, the tool community, and how accepting they have been of me and my kind of quirky personality. And like how I have just felt embraced by the people in the comment section, the people that watch the videos, how great they are. And I will never in my life be able to repay their kindness for watching me in my channel, and you guys for the help that you have given me and the recognition that you have bestowed upon me. But more importantly, you guys, and I consider you all a friend, even Ed, even Pedram. I consider you all a friend. I might pick on you. I might have make fun at your expense, but I do truly love and appreciate you all. And Pedram, you know, I have pushed for you to open your own business more than anybody. I have told you need to do this.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
You need to concentrate on the YouTube thing, because anything that you can do that you love and spend time with your family, you should. And this is just an aspect of it. So for me, if I were going to recognize any channel that I think should be pushed and should be recognized, I am going to start with P to the Rum.
Oh, oh, you guys got that Big Brother thing. I thought you just like to pick on him. And
I got to give him a hug.
Big softy, you.
Hey, like I said, you know, I have a big personality and I can be a jerk. I'm not everyone's cup of tea. But at the end of the day, if I call you my friend, there is absolutely no one you want in your corner more than me, because I will fight tooth and nail next to you, and I'll put myself in harm's way for you.
Right. That's old school. That's old school ways, and a lot of people don't understand that. They think it's just a bunch of boomer shit, but the reality of it is that people used to be loyal to people, and that's not the case anymore. And people don't understand that. You know, I mean, I get in plenty of fights with 20 and 30-year-olds, and they're like, "Oh, you're just an old dumbass, blah blah blah," you know. And I go, "Well, you know, back in the day, I used to stick up for people. You know, we used to go out in the back of the schoolyard. At the end of the day, if somebody had a problem, we solved it. We didn't get teachers, we didn't get anybody involved. We didn't say we got bullied. We just whooped some ass, and then we got done. We was like, well, that was a pretty good ass whooping.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I said it to my son, and I say it to people today. The worst thing we ever did was this campaign against bullies, because as bad as it can be, and don't get me wrong, it's traumatic, but there is no more rewarding of a feeling than standing up to that bully and telling him that you value yourself more than them. And you build your own esteem that way. It's called self-esteem. It's not called someone else gives me esteem.
No, that they should have been doing build yourself up against the bully, learn to stand up against them. You know, even if you were that little kid, like I was picked on when I was a kid, and then I started wrestling and getting bigger, and like I was kind of a run at first and then I remember getting chased around the schoolyard by two bullies when I was like in first grade. And then second and third grade, I started doing wrestling, and then I started, you know, realizing that I was stronger than most of the kids and whatnot. And then I was like, well, I'm not going to take this anymore, you know, and I was still a nice kid. But I think when I got my first fight, I was in like third grade, and I definitely went off. Like I let that pent up frustration. I mean, I picked a desk up and slammed it on a kid. I mean, I went, he hit me with a piece of licorice and I snapped, and that's what turned everything around. I got suspended and I was the first kid in my elementary school that got community service. No shit. The janitor, I had to work with the janitor for a week
Yeah, but the way you felt about yourself afterwards.
What's that?
The way you felt about yourself afterwards.
I was mad that I got that. I was mad that I got that upset and did that because the kid, I was like, he just hit me with a piece of licorice, and I got in so much trouble. But then I think it took a month or two after that, and people weren't messing with me then, and people realized that I wasn't the little Chicken Little that they thought I was going to be, and they're like, this dude's like, he might be, his cheese might have slid right off his cracker.
Yeah, that's the piece of male masculinity today that is being lost because male masculinity is not something you're born with. It's something that is learned, cultured, and grown. And I mean, you guys here in the comments and even here in the video may see me and Robert get into it, man. But that's just two type A personalities, just being just being masculine, going back and forth on how they feel and say what they want to say. If
type A's,
right? If you're gonna sit there and you're gonna be a beta and just put down and let any you're not made for YouTube. Number one, I'm gonna tell you're not made for YouTube if that's your personality. Number two, that male masculinity is being lost. We need to cultivate it. We need to regrow it. We used to have guys standing in skyscrapers 90 stories tall on I-beams with no safety gear, putting in rivets, and guys going to war at 18, not being asked to go to war, but lining up, even if they had flat feet, broken legs, malnutrition. It didn't matter what the illness was. They wanted to go fight for their country. All that today is not there, and we've kind of lost a little bit of that. And it's all. I read this book back in the day about the warrior spirit and tribes and stuff like that. That it's all being lost today. The tribal mentality, the warrior spirit, it's not here anymore. So cultivate it.
You know what? I know it's late in the day. We all did this, and we were supposed to be wrapping up. But since you brought up warrior spirit, if you look at who just joined us, Antonio Claudio Michael, I'm not going to go into his medical, but that dude's got a warrior spirit. He's also got a YouTube channel. And you guys, he does a ton of videos
every day.
Go support that man. First of all,
he does more full reviews than anybody on YouTube.
Yep, he is a great person. He deserves the recognition, and he should be a lot bigger than what he is. So that's my piece of advice. And I know Llama's still commenting because that's what Llama does. But I know we had some good times. We had some good back and forth. And, thank you all for being here. Thank you three gentlemen, for being here specifically. And thank you for
inviting us
up to watch, man.
I love you, Robert.
That wasn't an invitation to a date. That was just me showing appreciation. You can go do your own thing after this. I'm going to go spend time with my wife and my mom and my brother.
We'll just hug. If this was a rigid tool, I'd hug it just because it'd feel like you.
Yeah,
it's not one of those.
Definitely not going to be up in your guys' inboxes, sliding into your DM. Nothing all sweet you want, but I'm out. Okay.
Hey, as long as it's not a Makita tool you're hugging, that's
right.
A step in the right direction.
That's right. Hug a rigid. I'm going to put that on my community page right now. Hug a rigid.
I'm rubbing it.
I'm gonna be the only guy in the group that's not being lovey-dovey. So you guys are gonna have to.
If you need me to rip on you real quick just to make you feel like a man, I can do that.
Whatever, dude. I get ripped on every day. Have you been to my channel? Like, I'm self-inflicted ripping on me. I mean,
I'll be honest with you. The one thing I've always questioned that hasn't been ripped on you is your pants, dude.
My what?
I'm just your pants.
He's trying to get in your pants.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
I'm not. No, that's Pedro.
Wearing pants.
This made me buy bib coveralls or bib overalls.
He's getting up.
CP, we all love you too, bro. The community wouldn't be the tool community without CP. Somebody's got to be CP, and then you're CP, bro. There's no other CP, bro.
I just landed into this. I didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on me.
but
I mean, I just started doing some shit and somehow a bunch of people followed me and they're like, God, this fat guy's kind of funny and he does some weird stuff and pisses people off. And, you know, sometimes people want to fight me and I get it all. I am the jack of all trades and the master of none at the end of the day. And you know what? My grandpa always told me, hey, don't be good at one thing, be good at everything. And be
master,
happy.
Master of none, but better than a master of one.
Right. Yes. Well, there's the saying actually goes: a master of all trades, a jack of all trades, and a master of one is better than a master of none. Exactly what you were saying at the end there, I think. The full saying, and that's what he always used to say, the full saying. So yeah.
Well,
it is what it is. I don't know how long you guys have been doing this. I kind of ran into Suburban Beard came over. That's how I found out about you guys. Suburban Beard came over, and then I've kind of I didn't know there's this
migrated over.
Kind of a different side of tool. Because see, on my side of tools is mechanics, and you even hear the Den of Fools even say, that's my coin phrase from back in.
Perfect. Yeah, sounded just right.
Yeah.
Just, check out my CP. Check out my community page for the
live stream.
The live stream for tonight. I actually memed Den of Fools.
Oh really? Oh,
yeah,
you used that? Oh, wow. Yeah, that's the one that got me and him started. Was I called him Den of Fools? I go him and the people, and that was when he had like 60,000 subscribers when I started 2 years ago. But I mean, the thing about it is I lost track of what I was going to say. God dang it.
You're in the tool. You're in the mechanic world, and
well, that's what he was saying when that's what started. That's what pissed me off was he was like, oh, there's a bunch of mechanics that don't know anything over there talking a bunch of BS about tools and Snap-on and this and that. I'm like, whoa, bud, hold the phone here. I was like, that's my trade, and I'm not the only one that agrees that. There might only be 7 or 10 of us out here working on idiots that's still working on cars. But I still believe in what I do and what I'm using to do it. And it's not all about Snap-on. And the sad part about it is I like defending Snap-on. And the reality of it is that they probably represent at least 35% of my tools. That's it. I only own 35% Snap-on. I don't even own. But I love it when people get a hippity hop with me about it, because I'm like, you obviously don't know my channel. And, you know, you obviously don't see my channel. That's why I wear a Snap-on hat a lot of times, because it's just a trigger. That's all it is. It triggers people. Like, you know, I mean, people they see that and they're automatically like, oh, Snap-on's junk. It's made in China, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, is it? Do you actually know the facts about Snap-on? I mean, I like sticking up for the company. And that's the problem with this world now is we have all this technology at our hand. All these resources right here. You don't have to be a genius. You have it right here. You have a pocket genius with you. Google, use it. Google something.
That's this guy. He thinks that you have to be smarter than your own tool.
Actually,
there's no way you're going to be smarter than a smartphone. There's no way.
If you don't know how to use it, then you're not smarter than the tool.
That's the guy that has a broken microphone and mesh system.
The battery died. That's not broken. It just
you know some of the smartest guys that are on YouTube that seem the smartest are all they're doing is Googling and researching stuff.
Oh yes.
And it's like, it blows my mind. It blows my mind that it's so simple. And people are like, you can tell them something that literally came off a Google page, and not everything on the internet's true. Well, let's go down that road. But there's certain things that you can, like when you say factual stuff, you know, like, hey, this stuff's being made in Taiwan from this company, blah, blah, blah. And it literally took me 5 minutes of research to find that. But you say that on a video and they're like, no, it didn't. You're a liar. No, or like Snap-on, like, let's say the wrenches. I'm like, the wrenches are made in Elizabeth, Tennessee. No, they're not. I'm like, well, you should probably look at Snap-on's manufacturing, because they have 9 different facilities all over the United States. And you're quite wrong about them being all made in China. So if you're thinking that Snap-on's all made in China, you clearly haven't done any research, and you should probably use that little phone in your hand other than just commenting.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, but I mean, that's what it is. It's as simple as that. You know, and we don't, and it's like, why do I bother even trying to say something? Because they're not going to look it up, and that's what kills me about this stuff. Like, just look it up. I want to say, I've said it a lot of times, and then they just say, "Oh, you're an asshole." And I said, "Why don't you Google it?"
You know what I do? You know what I do, CP? You'll appreciate this. I think you'll appreciate this. But what I do is I take the comments from my comment section, all the trolls, and I literally make characters for the comments. Like Milwaukee and DeWalt, I've done those. I've got Makita, where I'm basically just going to run through everything Ed says and make a character out of it. Probably a midget. We don't know.
Just make him a short brown Mexican midget, man. Give him a big Mexican hat too, and just yeah. If you don't want to get in trouble, just put
racist to make you happy.
It's not racist. You say you're making fun of Ed, the old tech guy. I'm giving you permission. You have it here on video. You make fun of me. I'm good.
I am not going to do it. I might buy a Honda hat and
okay.
Call myself Ed, the old guy. But that's about as far as it goes. I'm not going to do any of the rest of that.
You'll be Ed, the older guy.
Hey, I'm Ed, the old guy. Let me get my Makita drill out.
That's right.
No,
that's right.
That doesn't sound Hispanic.
You ever decide to get an electronics channels? I'll give you a list. One of them is mechanic and college instructor. That's awesome. That's pretty cool. Snap-on power tools. No, they're not. Snap-on cordless power tools are not all made in China. That's a misconception there too. They are assembled in the United States, and some of the parts are manufactured here in the USA. In fact, the new Impact, they even say that on their channel, and actually they talk about it where it's done. So yeah, that's something that it's like DeWalt, the assembled in the USA thing. Like, have you guys seen the Discovery Channel where Adam, the man versus food guy, does a tour in South Carolina of the DeWalt plant? And it's
No.
You haven't seen that? Oh my God, dude, that's great. It's on documentary on history. It shows where he toured the DeWalt plant and they talk about how much stuff's made there. So DeWalt has these big, actual like mezzanines or what do you want cubicle type deals that actually do all the windings for the electric motors and stuff like that, and they build all these parts electronically or like with machines. And most everything, in most of them, not all of them, like they think this one is made in China. I think this one is not made in the USA, this brushless, but like some of their like the Impact or like the Impacts that I have, the half-inch one XR model, that's made in the USA, and the hammer mechanism's made here, and the windings, but the trigger and the circuitry, the trigger and the circuitry is obviously China. But you know, the sad part is, like, I work with Lyle Tools a lot. Yep. And so here's the thing is, in the United States, our manufacturing is so screwed up that you could have a tool that's made 99% USA. And because this handle, because they don't have the tooling or they don't have the whatnot, because this handle's made in China, it's considered made in USA with
global.
But this whole thing. So Lyle Tools has this a bunch of products, a bunch of them, and I'm like, damn, man. And they told, like, I was talking to them, you know, I talk to the guys all the time, and I'm like, what about this one? And they're like, oh yeah, dude. One nub on their fan clutch wrench set, the little end where their pneumatic fan clutch wrench, they don't have the tooling to make that so that the weld, so that's machined and consistent. So they have that outsourced from China to make that, and that makes the whole set made in U.S. So they just put in there made in China because it's not even worth them to print made in U.S. double components. So they're just like, whatever, screw it, made in China.
That sucks.
All made right here in Iowa. All the pieces, the bar, everything but that one little end. And that's because of our standards and the laws and how we do our labeling and stuff, which is BS.
And then you go to China and they got a city called USA and say made in USA over there.
They actually do, and the flag for the city is the American flag.
Yeah, they had no intentions at all.
If you go, wait a second. So if you go to Snap-on, it says power tools are made. They don't say my electric ratchet says made in USA or assembled in USA with global components. I've showed that on my channel, ACM. I don't know if you've seen that. If you look at my ratchet video with, I just did it. It says it on there, plain as day. Both of my Snap-on ratchets do. Assembled in the USA with global components. I'm that's all I know.
So what we've learned here tonight is that the Black Friday deals weren't very good.
or Brown Friday.
Brown
Yeah,
Friday. That's
Brown Friday.
Who is that? Who is that had that? Howie Z had
John.
that.
Was it?
Shout out to
was it
Howie
John?
Z for the comment of the night.
So the Black Friday deals, or the Brown Friday deals, as we'll call it,
Get
were not
that
very good. Ed, the old tech guy, cannot stand a difference of opinion on Nikita. He gets a little worked up, probably because he's got little man syndrome.
It's not true. It's not true.
Pedram's going to start making more content soon, and CP is just CP. He'll be continuing to do what he does. We all love tools. We all love the community. And with that, we're out of here. Y'all have a good night.
Take care, everybody. Remember to sub to Ed, the old tech guy.
Gotcha, ATM. Sorry, I see that. I see his comment.